Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to this Hall of the Slain. Thank you very much for joining us for an evening of Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Tom, and I will be your Dungeon Master tonight, and I use he/him pronouns. So, Hall of the Slain. As you might see, usually I'm surrounded by a bevy of beautiful players, but now just one beautiful player. We're doing a one-person shot. Yes, it's you, Josh. Josh, actually, now you... I'm afraid you can't really hide behind anyone else in this. Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself and then tell the good folks at home who are you and what are you playing?
Hi. Can somebody else go first? Oh, damn it, I'm the only one here.
I'll go first. My name is Tom. I am the weather patterns. And now I throw it over to Josh.
I am everything else. I'm Josh. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Jakarth Syrian, who also uses he, him pronouns. Jakarth, for those who don't know who Jakarth is a hybrid, half human, half dragon. Not the Dragonborn dragon, but the dragon. Ranger, fighter. Has been in a plethora of other... Plethora seems to be my favourite word at the moment. Is in a plethora of other episodes, other things. Viscous Cycle, At Death's Door, the last half an hour of Trust and Glass.
Yeah. So for those who are coming in new, and to explain kind of what's going to be happening in this episode, Trust and Glass was the story of four heroes who got brought up by all my heroes seem to have the quotation marks around them nowadays. Anyway, they were brought up by a group of multi-universal protectors who are known as the Gatecrashers. Think a little bit of Time Lords, but with the same, actually to be honest, the same competence as the Time Lords, where they're like, cool, we don't get involved. We very much got involved. They scooped up a version of Jakarth, who we were calling Jack, who was literally traveling the multiverse in order to kill other versions of himself in order to make sure that he was the most powerful. Now, we did work out that he was doing this for a decent reason, to take down a lich, basically. Unfortunately, that Jack decided to... up to Josh to decide if it was heroic or a seize of power. Handed himself over to the big bad of that adventure, Broken Glass, and got possessed. And all the party were killed, but then sent to a place called the Boneyard. And it was decided that actually, if you're going to fight a Jakarth, you need a Jakarth. So mainline Jakarth literally got scooped up and dumped, and actually killed the alternate version of themselves, and then which point it's now got a head full of other Jakarths. So there's that. Also, it's worth pointing out that this all connects to the god Loki. Loki, who also was traveling the multiverse. At this point, in the head, there's a lot of people in heads of Jack's partymate Karen, who can also travel the multiverse, but there's only one Karen in all of existence. That Loki got out, took over Jakarth's body, polymorph changed to become a very excitable redheaded just a redhead. Anyway, Sylv-Loki is the name that the party gave them, and Sylv-Loki is working with that. Then the party all went to Alton Towers. So we're going to roll credits, and then when we come back, let's find out what Jakarth's been up to in the last month. Make it so. So, Jakarth. It has been a couple of weeks since what is probably in your top 5 strangest moments. You have led a very bizarre life. Your life saved by a magical operation by a being known as Antoni, who you now also have other memories, and totally different memories, which is causing you a bit of pain. You got scooped up, who you assume was a god, taken off, and when you returned, you had a head full of false memories and a wolf. The large wolf creature's name is Rover. He loves you very much. You also... can you just roll me a perception check?
I certainly can. I thought I was muted for a second then. Perception. Ooh, high level character. That is a 15.
Yeah, that wolf has humanoid eyes. Which, look at you. Again, I don't know how much time you spent with wolves, but you're like, very odd. Yes, you have had a couple of weeks of trying to, like... What do you think you are doing with your time now? Most of your previous parties have all scattered. Are you still in Neverwinter, or...?
Still in, yeah, I'm still in Neverwinter. I think I've spent a lot of time helping out the Church of Kellenvor rebuild. Zim Moira went away a month or so ago. Might have been a bit longer than that on an errand, and I've just been helping the new acolytes that have come in get themselves situated. I've also, not to tell anybody this, also been doing a little bit of work with the Harpers. There's been a bit of a development with Eltrion. Eltrion's gone missing, so we've been trying to find them. We haven't had much luck. We haven't had much luck with that. There was something else that I'd been doing as well. What was it? I'm actually quite excited, if I'm honest with you, because Giacomo is one of my friends that I travelled with previously. Is actually coming back to Neverwinter with the circus. So I saw them recently when I travelled outside of Neverwinter, but it's always good when they come to Neverwinter because I can take like my cousin and stuff with me. My cousin's Zana Gallifrey, and we go and every now and then we hang out and do all of this cool sort of stuff. And what else? There's something else that we do. I unfortunately had to bury a friend about 2 months ago as well. Rex, a cleric of Kellenvor, luckily not one of the ones that became corrupted, died in the Neverwinter woods. Hera's been off dealing with some things on their own, so I've tried not to disturb them too much.
You've had a busy couple of months, yeah. Also, full credit, Josh, really and there's this connection, and folks, if you go on our wiki, which I'm sure will be in the chat, you'll see that some of our fans, they put together a web connection between the various, and Josh and myself have a nasty habit of interlocking all these stories, which is basically what's happening now with Jakarth and all the threads that lead off. If you want fun, look at Garnot. Garnot has a lot of, which also weirdly would connect to some of the adventures tonight, but Garnot's not here.
Yes.
Anyway, yes.
Wrong character.
Wrong
Roger
character.
is.
Hey, Roger. Hi. The Tempest is also here.
Hey.
Hi. We've all got our fuzzy companions. Yes. Yeah. Very, very exciting. How have you found working again with the Temple of Clemvor? Now Rex is no longer a member.
It's been a little bit tense because of what happened with the previous head of the church, with them and most of the people underneath them being part of the cult of Ragnora. So once they were, it's a bit insensitive to say, but once they were dealt with, as it were, it just left Zim Moira as the only cleric to Kellenvor here. So I believe they sent out a request for new recruits, and the acolytes have come. So the church itself has been, or the church/temple itself has been ordered up the entire time while there hasn't been anybody to staff it. I should also say as well that I've been helping an Arcana out as well. Arcana's got a place in the city. I got a boat commissioned for them. I remember being on a boat at some point and got that commissioned for them, and they taught me about portals and stuff. So I had a bit of a shift in my training, and I can now sense fabrics or weaknesses in the material plane in that in between space. I think they call it like the astral. No, not astral. Is it astral? Astral projection. It's one of the things, but I can step in between them and appear in other places. So
Nice.
yeah, that's been quite a fun thing to learn.
And were you doing that before you got scooped?
Yes. So when and then when I got scooped, that's how I was able to fight the other version of me. I was able to step in between the planes of that bone place that we were in, and I was able to teleport around.
Again, it's been a very odd few months for you, and again, you also at the end of dealing with that alternate version of yourself got teleported to like a theme park, which
that was fun.
That was probably a nice. You probably had a. Did you enjoy going on some big rides? You know,
yeah. I mean, I've never been to a theme park before, so the town of Alton was quite nice, and the Alton Towers was good fun. Some of the queues were a bit long. I think the only problem is that the gate crashers didn't sort of take us back. I've had to sort of travel back to Neverwinter my own way. I had to travel to a nearby city near Alton and pay for a magic circle to get me back to Neverwinter. Otherwise, it would have taken me. I'd still be traveling now if I hadn't done that. So,
and again, the gate crashers. Once again, like you got dropped into the middle of something where it was actually quite difficult for you because you were obviously being entered into quite a difficult social situation that you hadn't. Like there were these other versions, these new people you met, and also the gate crashers, and there seemed to be disagreements like between the gate crashers and these new people, and then there's just you who's probably just folks, we keep talking about Josh being team dad, but that same thing of like being like, I'm just having a nice day out,
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't heard of the multiverse before all of that sort of stuff, so that's been an interesting development. Also, the gate crashers tried to recruit me to help with some sort of internal rebellion or something that's happened. I said no, it's not my fight. I don't really want to be gallivanting across the universe or multiverse. Fighting their battle.
A female Medusa was sort of like, well, it's everyone's battle, and then like a Tabaxi was like, he has the right to choose. Just like, come on, let's go get popcorn. And she's like, sure. It's like you're not quite sure how a Medusa glares at you through sunglasses, but you're just like,
I did feel a bit stiff after that though. Hang on, wait, that's phrasing. But you get what I mean, Medusa staring at you.
I can do those now. Yes, so you got...
That was unintentional as well.
The worst kind of boo. Yes, you got a magic circle back to Neverwinter. And yes, you've started falling back into an attempted routine. Like you said, new acolytes are coming. Zemora has sent out, before they left, sent out messages to the various large cities asking for a replacement. No one's arrived yet. It's been a bit. And Chikov, it's been a bit much. And then you've been having these voices. These voices who are you in your head. And memories. You start having memories that aren't you, But it is that sort of thing like you go to a bakery in Neverwinter and then you're eating a pastry and then you have a memory of going, oh, sort of like looking down at your hands and you see scars on your hands that aren't, and then it vanishes, and your dreams are different. Like you have memories of like lying in bed with a man, with a woman, with you killing someone in a bed. It's all getting muddled. And as you said, it is fortunate that someone you have spent a decent amount of time with, and I would say, again, you consider Giacomo to be a friend. You are a bit of a confidant that in a previous time he came in, you were traveling, you sat down, you had a drink with him round a fire, and then you got scooped. So poor Giacomo doesn't know what happened to you, and as far as he knows, a gaunt-looking red-headed man with blood on his face drags you into a fire. Giacomo's like, he probably made some kind of deal with a demon or something. But yes, it's very exciting that the Giacomo Circus is coming into town, and the posters are around, and of course, you know a secret. Because when you look at the posters, it's very similar to the previous posters that were around when the Giacomo Circus was in town, I want to say about half a year ago. And it shows a large, sort of portly man, big moustache, top hat, and that's still on the poster. Because you know kind of what happened to the Giacomo Circus. I also point out that Giacomo clothing in world, which is like built off. It's built for like circus people, but the coats are still very flared. So like if you're thinking about like in our universe where you'd be like, oh, we like steampunk, like flared clothing. It's ringmaster stuff. The people who are like, oh, look at me, I'm going to Baldur's Gate in my little it's still, there's a good market in it, and that's actually helped the replenishment after the massacre that happened at the hands of Antoni on the workers and also the animals of the Giacomo Circus. So my point being, you're seeing these posters, and your cousin, Lady Zana, is like, very excited about it, and you're like, I know Giacomo. I know the man I know is Giacomo. I know his game. Yes. So, anything big you want to do before the circus arrives in town, and you can talk to your friend?
I don't think there's much at the moment. Just make sure that all of the daily jobs are completed at the Church of Kelivor. Just check in with the Harpers to make sure that there hasn't been any leads on Eltron or anything, because I know that if there are any leads, that I know that they'll allow me to sort of gather a small team together at my own discretion. So, and I know Giacomo would be interested in finding Eltron as well. So that would be perfect timing if
Giacomo had an idea when you talked to him that Eltron had vanished, because when Giacomo parted ways with Eltron, the last thing he did is he ripped a pat off his coat, threw it down, which produced two hyenas. They're not quite wolves.
Yeah.
Over the table, they're dogs, but dogs do not exist in the Roll Together universe, so there is mass confusion. And those dogs turned up to Giacomo, and so Giacomo was like, fiddly dee. Yes, so Giacomo would be, Giacomo is going to ask if you've heard anything. He's not stupid, and he knew Eltron was part of the Harpers. He can work things out, but he's also like, well, what's the point of having a secret organisation if you're going to keep talking about it? I might have been born 6 months ago, but I'm not stupid. Yes, the acolytes, again, you're getting them to clean and to... I would say that's the problem, that in the city of Neverwinter there was a plague, which was known as the Bloat, and it was resolved, but there's still the repercussions, there's still people recovering. And there's only so much the acolytes can do, especially now no one here has had the full blessing of the god Clemvor. Just be like, we can make you some poultices, but we can't like lay on hands. And that do you want to make a basically, this is the problem, folks. I played Blades in the Dark with Josh, so I keep being like, oh yeah, make it like a prowl, make it something to just get like the general vibe of the city of Neverwinter as you walk around.
Perception,
I think that's fair.
Yeah. 16.
Yeah. Neverwinter obviously got heavily hit by the bloat, thanks to Anthony. And there is that sort of weird feeling of like people going, well, okay, if the Church of Clemvor's not going to help us, I hear Lathander actually cares. But there's also some discussion that people are like, yeah, I hear that Clemvor has changed his mind about things. We all saw the undead walking the city, and supposedly the Church of Clemvor didn't do anything about it. Where we were just like, okay, not as simple as that. Also, I think your acolytes, they're kind of losing faith a bit in both meanings of the word. It's been a bit of time, and they're very respectful to you, but they're also like, you're our boss.
Oh, I'm not their boss. I'm not a follower of Clemvor.
Oh no, they consider you. You're the closest thing they've got to an authority figure, and that's an issue as well. Where you're like, oh no, I don't believe in any of this. I just work here. Yeah, I cash my check, and they're like, okay, where's the money coming from? Yeah, things are on a knife edge here, and as far as the people of Neverwinter know, all the acolytes of Clemvor all just died, and that's clearly the god Clemvor, blessed be, took his revenge on their weakness. Yeah, Clemvor's not a calm god. Clemvor's the judge, and you're just like, yeah, that face. You're like, ooh, heckens. But yeah. Also, the Harpers polite, but they're like, we're as concerned as you are. We'll let you know when we, like you said, that you'll be the first person they send out. Not only because of your emotional attachment, but also you are very good. You're you're good at your job.
We're looking at my stats. Yes, I am good at my job.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yes. So your mood might not be the best at the moment because you're picking up on like two major parts of your life which are in turmoil. But yes. It is the night of the arrival of the circus. You picked up that the Giacomo Circus spent the day setting up, and this is probably quite a nice feeling for you, where you'll be able, because you're seeing like, oh, people, yeah, okay, there's this disturbance, but also it's the excitement of entertainment coming back to the city, and because last time the circus was in town was just after the bloat. Now people are like, hey, things are opening up again. We can go. Your cousin is very excited. Has put on a new little shirt, cleaned the goggles, and is like, hey, yeah. What is the best bit of the circus?
I like the high flying stuff.
Yes. I like the animals. You say there's going to be animals. I am very excited to see that.
Yes. Yeah. Plenty of animals there, definitely.
Do you know there's going to be a ton of animals?
I hope there is.
Yeah, yes.
Now that I've said it, I hope there is.
Yeah. Because, as we said, the man is Giacomo. Before he was murdered and was brought back from the dead, was an animal trainer and took Antony's experimentation on the animals particularly hard. Yes. So you hope that Giacomo, of all the people, Giacomo would be the one who would probably be able to find these animals, but you hope so. Yes, you head out to the field, and you see that there is. Last time you saw the circus, it was in disarray. You know, there'd been slaughter, there'd been fire, people got stuck in the mirror house. But this is bustling, and again, I don't want to tell you how to feel, but you can feel a slight easing in your stomach of being like, I can see where the animals are being kept. I can see in the 6 months that Giacomo has been traveling the world, it does indeed seem that he has put something together. Did you tell him you were coming?
I don't think I'd need to. I think if the circus has come into Neverwinter, I think Giacomo would know that Jakarta will come and see him.
Yes.
No matter what he's doing.
Yeah. You approach the ticket taker, who is a summer Eladrin. She's sitting there, and she is dressed again. Nice little waistcoat, little hat, little black hat, like fascinator. And just said, hello, welcome to the Giacomo Circus. Is it your first time joining us tonight?
I've been to the circus previously, yes.
Ah, marvellous. Well, as you might know, that this is a brand new adventure for the circus. This is our first tour under new management. Hope you enjoy. Would you like to buy a ticket for you and your friend here?
Yes, please. Yes, 2 tickets, please.
2 tickets. Ka-chink. It's 2 silver pieces.
Yep. Hand that over.
Hand over.
Zana tries to pay, but I'm like, nope, I've got this.
Nope. That's fine. I will buy the sweets.
It's a fantastic idea. I agree with. I'm fancying a hot dog or a burger or some sort. Oh no, sorry, a hot wolf or a hot hyena or something. You know,
my God, the ripple effects. You just. Folks,
hot sausage. I want a hot sausage.
Hot sausage. You go. Sausage in a bun.
Giacomo had said something about you can get these sausages on a stick with mustard on them and a toffee apple thing. So I'm quite eager to try those if you're all right getting them.
Zana runs off. You can see where she's. It all seems good. Everything seems fine. Which again, I realise saying everything is fine on this channel always seems bad, but again, we sort of like. There's a little bit like, okay, it's a major city. You can kind of go, okay, that guy's looking a little bit too intense. Person's purse, and then the person turns around and was like,
I think I've got a passive perception of 22. I think I spot Hera in the crowd. Like Zana runs past Hera, because I think that would be hilarious for those two to interact. But that's not fair to do that with Scarlet not here. Yeah. So I think I can see that Hera's there, but I don't approach, and I just wave to them.
Hi. Just so she does a sort of like, I see. Yes. She. It's pleasant to see her. You haven't seen her since she reported that your friend and her carer, mentor, Father Rex, was evaporated.
Giving her a bit of space.
Yeah, no, she's. Yeah,
giving them a bit of space. Sorry.
Yeah, that's giving them some space. That's sensible. Zana does come back. She's got 2 sausages, 2 toffee apples, and you have a sorry.
Hang on. Let me help you. Oh, hang on. This one's stuck to my glove. That's right. I'll have this apple.
You lick the sticky toffee off.
I've had a headache the entire time. For reasons.
Yeah, for reasons. So what would be great for a headache is to go into the the arrival of the gladiators, as it's known. You do hear the music starting. The Eladrin's like, enjoy the show, enjoy the show.
Thank you very much. Let's go.
You head in. You're not going to be at the front, but it's sort of like this. They've sold decently. Sort of like you're able to sit sort of probably halfway, which is nice. You're not behind a pillar or anything. Once again, you're coming in here. You get a flash of a memory of being in this location and seeing you firing an arrow into like the trunkless face of an elephant. You also get the memory of you lighting the tent on fire as you just pummel a person who you recognize as Hera, but isn't. Okay, your headache's getting a bit worse now. It's just okay. Maybe you need a bit. Never mind the sausage. Maybe that's just. Yeah, you're just. Zana is vibrating, just like. Again, have you
push the off switch?
She just switches off. Have you? I mean, how much do you talk to your cousin?
Since she's moved to Neverwinter, I try to pop into her shop at least once a week just to check up on her, especially when the bloat was really going around. I had tried to get her to leave, but she was adamant that she wanted to set up shop and she wanted to prove herself to her family. So I just kept an eye on her, made sure that everything was okay. Went in there and bought some things a couple of times, commissioned some stuff, and so yeah, we were on a sort of like once a week speaking sort of basis, sometimes a bit more than that if she has a habit of inviting me around for party night, game nights and dinner and things, and I'll come round. And I've recently, more recently than before, I've started cooking when I go around there, which is something that I wasn't very good at before, but I seem to be quite good at it now. So that's something that we both seem to sort of enjoy doing together.
Strange. I mean, sort of like above the table talk. Do you think she's talked to you about her own adventures? I
reckon so. Yeah, I reckon she's spoken to me about being hired to investigate a murder. In fact, she did talk to me about it because she asked me to do some research on some stuff to do with it, which I did, but there hasn't been anything come of it since. So
okay.
I've still got the feelers out for these things known as the Symphony of Madness and all of that sort of stuff, and a vampire called Mordecai, and all the Harpers have got feelers out for those names. But
I mean, no wonder you have a headache. You've got like 5 or 6 open cases that you're trying to investigate.
If this was a video game, I've got no main quests at the moment, and then about 50 side quests.
Until you woke up this morning and main quest said, go to circus, and you're just like, oh, that'd be fun. Yes. So you take your seat. Zana, I keep trying to call her Lady Zana because that's obviously how I also show her the respect that is due to her. I show no respect to Scarlet.
I think her name's actually she likes to be referred to as Miss Zana.
Miss Zana. Yeah. I'm promoting her. She's certainly a lady in my heart. So Miss Zana, yes. Yes, Miss Zana is, again, turn it off, very excited. You hear the sound of music. You kind of, with your high perception, see that the Summer Legend shuts the tent. The music builds. A portly man in a beautiful red coat, top hat, fine moustache. Welcome all to the Jacquemot Circus. It is I, Jacquemot. Thank you, good people of Neverwinter, for joining me here tonight. And I really want you about to see some of the wonders of my travel. Again, where it's just very hammy. very sort of flowery. And then it's sort of like, as he's sort of looking around, you can kind of sort of like, he does make eye contact with you. And it's almost, again, it's not quite this, but it's like the flicker of like the like the bright brown eyes. You can see the sort of dark blue, the sort of like the light blue filminess that is. It's clearly Giacomo's wearing some kind of.
It's the hat. He's got a hat of disguise on, isn't he?
Yeah. It's exactly that. It's
Top hat of disguise.
Top hat of disguise to recreate his father-in-law, the previous Giacomo. For those of you who hadn't watched the the ongoing adventures of Giacomo and Jacquard, Giacomo was murdered while dressed as a clown and was wearing one of his father-in-law's coats, which was actually the magic coat that the performer Giacomo, the ringmaster, would wear. He was murdered because Giacomo, or Alan, had fallen in love with the high wire artist, B, who was original Giacomo's daughter, and he had proposed and then been forced to eat the rings. In a weird side note, our Giacomo does not really remember this woman and is making the best effort to, because he's a sweet boy, to make her happy. Although this has created the joke that Giacomo does not love his wife, but it's not untrue. And for you spending your time there, Eltrion and him seem to have a really strong relationship. So I don't know how involved in romance you get, Jacquard, but it's all very tragic. Or poppity.
Jacquard's not really one for relationships, so
no. Although you've been having dreams of previous versions or alternate versions of you having relationships,
having wives and husbands, and children, and all of this sort of stuff has been rather uncomfortable because it's not something he's ever actually thought of.
Do you think that's changed you in any way? Now you've been seeing memories of what could have been if you'd.
I think it's had an impact on him. Definitely, it's opened. I think because of the treatment that happened to him when he was younger, the way that he was experimented on, it sort of closed off part of his humanity, like his capacity to love somebody in a non-family way, like a love way. So I think with all of these different souls within him, I think the ones that have loved have left that, have sort of opened that part of his own soul, and I think he does get those feelings every now and then when he gets those flashes of memories, but he hasn't found anybody physically in the world that he would have those feelings towards yet.
I also think you've had a very horrible jolt in your gut when you were like going through Neverwinter, and it's the sort of thing like you saw a handsome half-orc man sort of like coming out of a bookshop and sort of looks at you, and you had like that memory again of lying in a bed being held by this man, and you're just like, okay.
I don't know how to unpack that, and then I turn around and then there's a woman and it's the same sort of thing, and I'm like, right. And then there's even one where there's a couple of people in the bed with me, and I'm like, what is going on?
Oh my god, other Jacquard. Yeah, it's
one of the Jacquards had a harem.
Yeah.
And another version of Jacquard was a get around.
Yes, and that's the technical term we're using. They love to knock those boots.
Yes.
Yes. This is all sort of like I'd say you're all kind of like still unpacking this. You're still watching the and indeed a bunch of clowns come up and sort of warm the audience up. There is juggling. There is fun. Giacomo leads in the animals, which people are like, you could feel like, that's not, you didn't normally do that. There are lions. There are, which to something that might make you feel good. There is an elephant. you know.
Give Zana a little elbow as the animals come in.
Yeah, Zana is very excited. There is a centaur riding a horse, which is, yes, so...
That feels rude.
But, according to the law of D&D, is possible. And an audience, I will let you decide how that worked. I mean, I could... yes, it's quite a sight. There is... Again, high wire. There's at one point, a beholder floats out and is like, "Behold, I shall do magic!" And fires raise out and like things appear and they're like, and then there's like, "Ha ha 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 ha! Great times!" It floats and everyone's like, "Oh, that's the first time I've ever seen a beholder. That's nice."
Wow.
Yeah, no, just as to be honest. That's a bit, bit odd, really. That he's like, he's obviously just.
I'm more confused that there's a beholder in the circus.
Yeah. You're just like, you kind of have to wonder what Giacomo, because Giacomo's been touring the world collecting people. There is also like in between acts, there is, I want to say, an Elton. You met. He had one of his heads removed. Under.
Oh, the two-headed giant.
The two-headed. Yeah. He's still working with Jack. Again, he's doing the cleaning, but it's like he's part of it, sort of like he's helping set things up, stage managing. The show is very good. I don't know if Jakaf you've been to a circus before like this, or?
Not one as lively.
Yeah. I mean, you got the feeling
that deserved the boo, Tom.
I won't, but I will.
I'm going to boo myself for that one.
Boo.
This is the first lively one that he's been to. Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
It's funny because so many people died. Are you doing a boo counter for this episode? Do you think? No,
there will be nowhere near as many boos in this one.
Yeah, come back, Sean. We miss you.
That makes it sound like Sean's left. Sean's just not in this episode.
he's off there somewhere. I'm playing in a sandbox. Anyway, yes. It is a lively circus. It's quite impressive. There is, again, it ends with you watch as two hyenas jump through fire and like come right. Yeah, you see politely pull, and they sort of they seem very happy. As it comes to the end, Giacomo, my friends, thank you. If you have enjoyed yourself, tell your friends, tell your family, even tell your enemies. And if you haven't, keep your mouth shut. Good night. And there's as everyone starts.
I just feel like because we sort of established that Giacomo was a little bit of a fourth wall breaker in a way. I just feel like he just turns to the audience who are currently watching and goes, also like and subscribe.
It's that Pedro Pascal meme where it's like, well, this is the thing. I think you need to hear this too. So it's just like that thing. It was like, yes, Giacomo, just like and subscribe. Follow us on the socials. And by socials, I mean tell everyone. Yes, everyone starts pouring out. Zana is delighted. Miss Zana wanted animals and got animals, and also a beholder.
I mean, there was this new burger place that's opened recently. Apparently, it's come from it's a food chain from Sakara called Beholder Burger. So it's opened its first branch in Faerun, and it just so happened to be in just outside Neverwinter because actual chains aren't allowed to open inside Neverwinter, so it's just outside.
Yeah. Which is just Lord Neverember has just been like, you sons of guns. I think that was like one of the first, like they opened up with the boulder, and one of the first customers was his lordship, who was like, delicious, and then like and he's like, thank you your lordship, and just like, I see you, but also beholder burger, delicious. Yes, so
all of the connections, all of them.
Folks, We love the pinboard. Yes. People do start pouring out. You can see sort of at the back the flap of the tent where all the other the artists, the circus performers, the animals all seem to be at the back. Did you try and catch Giacomo's eye again?
Yeah, I'll sort of gesture toward if I can catch his eye, I'll sort of gesture towards him as in a hey, what up? Oh, also one question I should ask is: was there a bail in attendance?
There were a couple. Yeah.
Any that I recognise? Was there a certain princess to sailing around?
No princess, unfortunately. But
I've got a feeling they're probably out adventuring anyway. They're very eager to do it. So
yes, I think the Abail kind of like again do this sort of like what's up, that you are known to their people, and that's sort of like because you're one of the people who helped kind of integrate them into the
I'm one of the ambassadors.
Ambassadors between the Abail and so they're sort of like
or was. I might still be. I don't know.
I think you don't. I don't think you ever quite, and especially now you've connected yourself to the princess, where you're like you are the companion and assistant. I think to them they're like you are one of their assistants, which is Yes, so the Abailon do acknowledge you, and then I think you sort of mentally hear them going, "That was very good, wasn't it?"
It was, yes.
We liked it. We are glad to be able to come see it. Are you keeping well?
I am, thank you. How is everything going with you? How is the hive doing?
It is doing very well. We are still trying to find more eyes, but our concerns of not being accepted have not been as big a problem as we thought, possibly because of your kindness. Thank you. You
are more than welcome. I will see you soon. Or I hope to see you soon, should I say. Take care.
Yes. Goodbye. They buzz off. Yes, are you taking your cousin with you to meet Giacomo?
I think because I want to talk to Giacomo privately. I haven't let Zana know the issues that I'm going through at the minute with the headaches and the multiple souls and all that sort of stuff, or even the fact that I left this universe.
Yeah.
So, Zana, if you'd like to, I'm just gonna hang on. I reckon she would know that Giacomo is my friend.
Yes.
I'm just gonna pop in, speak to Giacomo for a bit. Rover's just outside the circus. If you need an escort back home or anything like that. But
I will see you for booking night in a couple of days.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. You huggers, you think?
I reckon he's sort of like I don't know actually.
Yeah. Do you think she would?
I wouldn't want to put that on Zana without Scarlett's input. So I reckon we just sort of like a bye for the minute.
I think that's fair. We're just like so Zana goes off. You should look. There is just a wolf sitting there. Sees and Zana's like good Rover, and Rover's like. Gets up again. Rover, who I don't think you don't leash, but seems to just follow you with it. I think you went on that weird adventure, and you kind of got an idea that Rover might be another version of you, but
I'm not 100%. I get a familiarity from Rover, but. He's never tried to bite or kill me or anything, so...
Which is something. Yes, you go backstage when you sort of like see the circus performers sort of like look at you, but it seems you get the feeling that Giacomo said he's coming to see you, and sort of like one of the now on Winter Ladrin. She sort of like looks up at you and is like, "Oh yeah, you're looking for the boss. Just tent at the back." And goes back to, "No problem. Did you enjoy the show?"
I did. It was brilliant, especially like the trapeze artists. The whole show was fantastic, but I've got a fondness for the people that are up high.
you kind of see like the trapeze artists, this male female twins, and they're like, yeah. Like they kind of like smile at you flirtingly, but that's the sort of like go of yeah, we're performers. They're not hitting on you, but they're like, yeah, we know we're cool.
I feel a little bit of a blush come on. I'm like, oh yes.
They see that and they're like,
yeah. Okay.
You head back to the back to the where there is a tent which is being built over a caravan. There is on the door of the caravan, a couple of steps on the door, there is a G painted in gold. The door is shut.
I'm gonna knock on the door and also go knock knock.
Oh, I recognise that knocking any time. Come in. You enter. It's
you can drop the body spell.
Yeah, he's sort of like a little bit like the large rat. It's like, oh, of course. Shut the door first. Shut the door. Kind of gestures like, do you mind? Like, there's a hook, like to bolt. You hook. The man reaches and, as you suspect, takes the hat off. Becomes even weirdly like slightly taller, gaunt, waxy skin. He's got dark greying hair. And most noticeable, folks, is that someone has taken a knife and has carved a smile from ear to ear through, and he seems to be taking care of himself. But you look at it and you're like, yeah, that. I mean, when you first met him, his death had just happened and it was grisly. It's all sort of hard, and I said like it is gaunt and waxy, but this is indeed the man who you know as Giacomo or Alan, but has never really answered to that. He is, as far as everyone's concerned, he is Giacomo. Good to see you.
Good show tonight. You're getting really good at it.
Well, I hear it's like riding a horse once you know. So
I'll instantly make my way over to the drinks cabinet,
absolutely, yeah,
and like begin making tea and stuff for both of us and stuff. It's like it seems that some of your previous life is coming through a bit more, which is good. Have you had any memories of anything about your previous life?
I mean, I get flashes, I sort of like Nelly back there, the elephant. I had memories of the previous elephant. Things are coming back.
I had a memory about that today as well, but obviously mine were under different circumstances. But
I hope you have a better memory now you've seen the show.
I will do, yes.
Yeah.
Do your memories happen to? And I'll bring a tray of tea over as he's getting himself prepared. Yeah. Do your memories happen to leave you with headaches or anything at all?
Headaches?
Yeah. I
mean, slightly like, I won't lie to you, Jakar, a lot of my feelings are, but yeah, occasionally, sort of more migraines, emotional stuff coming back, or things being rewritten. I mean, I guess the fact I was a bit of a blank slate to start with is sort of looks at you and then it sort of like goes, "What's up?"
Well, you know that about a month or 2 months ago, we'd met up. I'd come to meet you outside of Neverwinter when you were talking about bringing the circus back, and that strange red-headed figure came out.
Oh God, yeah, you got kidnapped. It kind of occurs to him. He's like, what the hell happened there? Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
I ended up on like this strange trip, as it were, in all sense of the word, and I had to fight somebody who looked like me. It's something to do with, I don't know if you're aware of like the multiverse or anything like that. It's strange concept that I'd rather not explore again. But
free. He's just like,
nope.
Right, multiple versions of yourself. Okay.
Yeah, like variants and all of that sort of stuff. And there was one version of me that had been traveling around these different versions of our world and killing other versions of myself and absorbing their souls to make himself stronger. For all intents and purposes, although it was a horrific act, it seemed to be for noble reasons. Or at least he thought it was, to fight evil back in his own world. But he died, and the souls were left wandering this strange place, and the place that I ended up going to, and the souls attached themselves to me and became a part of me. So now I seem to be getting their memories. There are times where I will have a memory that I know is a legitimate memory. Like tonight, I had a memory of fighting the elephant, and then I had another vision of me attacking Hera, which I never did. And there's times where I picture myself with a family. Picture myself with lovers and haters, and being a criminal, having the Harpers chase after me. I even get flashes of the one who traveled around and killed all the other versions of myself. It seems that it's a unique ability. So in order for you to do it, you have to physically kill a person. There's a memory that he shared with me that where he went to a place to kill a version of myself that was seriously sick. But because that version of myself died before he could kill him, he wasn't able to absorb his soul.
Okay.
So it's not as if, when other versions of ourselves die in the multiverse, other versions get stronger. You have to physically kill that other version of yourself in order to get stronger.
Okay, so that's probably why we're not all just suddenly randomly
leveling up.
Well, I mean, that's one. His eyes flick over to something, sort of raises an eyebrow and then flicks back. Yeah, something like that. Wow. Okay, that's intense.
It is. So I wanted to. Obviously, I know you. Obviously, I know that you died and came back. I just wanted to know if you'd had a similar sort of experience. I haven't died, but for all intents and purposes, the spirits inside of me have.
Interesting. I mean, I'm being honest. I went through what I went through, but to my memory, I never got to decide or to. As far as I know, I came back from gestures. He's wearing a wedding ring on his hand. I came back from the power of love. But okay, right. So, I mean, do you feel more powerful having these souls inside you? Do you feel you've leveled up?
I do feel more powerful. Yes, I would be lying if I. I'd be lying if I said no. It doesn't make me feel comfortable, though. It doesn't make me feel right. These souls inside of me, although they are me, they're also not me. They're different versions of me. They live their own lives. In death, they should live their own afterlife. They shouldn't be left to. If I was to die, what happens to them? Do they come to the afterlife with me, or do they end up wandering around as spirits in our world? It's not fair to them. I need to find a way.
Take you over. If you've got these souls that you, that
is also a risk. I have the big one. I have the one who killed the others within me, and I think he's recovering at the minute, but because he doesn't speak to me as much as the others do, but that is a concern. I am worried that at some point he's going to try and take over and complete his mission, and I can't have that.
No, you really... All right, so you need to find a way of depositing these souls. I mean, you said you didn't want to put them in that bone place, but I mean...
It wasn't, from what the residents of the bone place said, it wasn't an afterlife. It was a prison more.
No.
And I mean, it would make sense to drop the evil version of me in there, but the others don't deserve that. And regardless of what they did in their life,
everyone deserves a second chance.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
He runs his fingers over his scar. All right. I mean, you know, if there's a certain person was here, I'm sure he'd have a lot of opinions about, you know, what the gods would want for your afterlife, and
I still haven't had any word about where he might be. There's been no appearances, no reports or anything.
Again, sort of quietly hasn't really been drinking the tea, but like appreciates that you've made it for him, and quietly sort of like all right then. And I take it you still haven't got a priest of Clemvor.
Zin Moira, who's the new head of the church, is gone on a personal errand, and we have a few acolytes in the church itself, but none that seem to have the knowledge that I require. There are other temples that I could go to. There's a Kenku in the Temple of Ogmar, but they're more. I don't know much about that particular god, whereas I know Kelenvor deals with the dead. So
it's true, but again, like plays with like the cuff of his jacket, where you're like, yeah, you know, he's got an issue with the Clemvorites. You know? Although I hear Clemvor's supposedly had a sea change, thinking that so-called reborn might not all be bad. That's progress, I suppose. But how they would react to... Okay, so you need to find a place to... You need to find an afterlife for them. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, but I mean,
Or do you want to get them bodies?
I definitely don't want to get them bodies, because that would require either them taking over a living host or them taking over a deceased host, which them taking over a deceased host obviously isn't a problem. The problem is that there would be multiple versions of myself around, and I don't know if having them all separated from me is going to cause an issue.
Your headache is getting a bit worse, and you are just hearing sort of like going, we could have the bodies. You should give us a second chance. You said we should deserve a second chance. Giacomo sort of... All right.
They're not of this universe.
No.
So,
and as you said, there's... What guarantees that they won't start hunting you down in order to make themselves more powerful?
Yes, that's the other thing, is it leaves them vulnerable to being reabsorbed, as it were.
Yeah. All right. So, an art worthy of the south. That's... Actually, I might have a bit of an idea.
I'm listening.
So we were travelling, obviously, and about 2 weeks north of here, we came across a place that the locals were talking about, that there's a sort of gestures like up and down, like a slice between the realms, So there's a place. It's like a intersection, like a knife slice between realms. It's at a barrow, not a burrow, but a barrow. And the locals are saying that that's like an intersection between life and death, leading to like a hall of heroes, like a hall of the slain, I think that they called it.
Both looked off into the distance and go,
With his hand, he like points up. You're like, I don't know what he's pointing at, but get in the comments. So it's and they talk about a hero being buried there, but the hero was able to walk out of the afterlife and come back. It's old. It's older than a lot of our gods, but if you want a possibility, maybe that's, if you consider them to be worthy of a hall of heroes, that might be a place you can just walk. I'm also pointing out, Jakarv, you are going to be walking into, the afterlife. A lot of our stories say that isn't good, that those living shouldn't enter. Those dead shouldn't enter the living and vice versa, but gestures up and down at himself. Do you really want to do this?
Yes, I feel that I don't know if my body will hold these souls forever. They could tear me apart eventually. I don't know. So, and as I said, it's right to put them somewhere where they belong. I don't feel as much as they protest, which is what they're doing at the moment. That
you're just like one of your eyes stops working for a moment. You feel like pam pam pam, and then you almost feel like others are being wrestled, and then like you just hear one going, "You do what you need, old man." You're like, oh, weird. Anyway,
I know that even though they're protesting, there isn't a place for them in the land of the living anymore, whether they be undead or not. I can't risk having them around. It would be weird having more versions of myself around. Sometimes it's hard just coping with the fact there's just me. But I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, the right thing is often not the easy thing, but yeah. God, I don't want to lose you, but you're one of the few people who actually knows me for me. But kind of gestures are like, you think, I mean, we've got some interesting people out there, but they can't see this, especially in Neverwinter.
I've always said, when we spoke before and you presented the hat to me and showed me what it could do, I did say to you that I don't feel that it's right that you should hide who you are. However, I do understand why you do it. It's not just, and I don't think it's for the reasons that you say. I don't think people would be grossed out by your appearance. Not at all. It's for the showmanship of it all. That bravado that you are able to put on when you have it, that's what draws people in. I'm not saying that you don't have that bravado when you're not wearing the hat, but wearing that hat gives you a sense of acceptance, which is something that you will eventually, and I'm hoping, this is my big hope for you, Giacomo, is that you will eventually be able to accept yourself for who you are and will no longer need the hat. Or at least will no longer leave the magic on it. The hat itself is actually pretty cool, but you'll no longer. I'm hoping that there'll be a point where you'll be able to wear it without having to disguise yourself because you are comfortable with you. And I know that's something that will take time. And you know that whenever you need me, I'm there when I'm not, in the land of the dead or the Hall of Heroes, whatever it's called.
Gives you a reason to come back, Jakarth.
It does.
Try and teach me to love myself.
I have plenty of reasons to come back. I've got a quest log of 50 things to do.
I mean, maybe you need to delegate. Maybe one of your acolytes can go off and, I don't know, kill
They're
the
not really
rats.
my acolytes. They look at me as their boss, but Zenmoira is their boss. I'm just sort of the one that sort of guiding them in her absence. So
sure.
You know me. I don't really follow gods, so
sure.
Confuses me.
Well, maybe I hope that's not going to be a detriment to you going in to knock on their door. I hear there's like 150 something doors to this place, so probably they'll leave one of them open for you to sneak in. Anyway, kind of like puts a hand out to like do the sort of like handshake, but also sort of holds on to you and is like, again, if you need me, or honestly, if you just need a place to hide out, I mean, with your arch skills, we could have a wonderful sideshow of you being able to hit an apple. Open offer,
I might take you up on that at some point.
Hey, it's good money, and you get to see the world.
Maybe once we find Eltrion, I'll take you up on it.
Yeah.
I do have a favour to ask.
Wow.
One of the spirits, one of the souls that of myself didn't enter my body. It instead manifested itself as a wolf.
Oh.
Which follows me around. His name is Rover.
Okay.
He's currently outside with my cousin. If you could keep an eye on both of them for me, please.
Oh, God.
While you're in Neverwinter, then. Yeah. I mean, how long do you plan on staying?
We're doing a week, I think, which wouldn't. With the permission of Lord Neverember, I'm sure we could stay a bit longer if you'd feel comfortable. Yeah. It'd be nice to actually get to see Neverwinter when I'm not being, chased by bloat or getting my name written down on files. Yeah. What's it again? Yeah. Tell. I mean. Kind of considers. You think your cousin would be okay with kind of gestures to the?
Yes.
I mean, if I'm trying the.
Yes.
Me for me. Yeah.
I mean, my cousin accepts this, and I gesture to my scales. My cousin knew me before I had these, before I was experimented on.
They sound like good people. Yeah. No. I'll take care of you.
Make sure you drink around them. Not alcohol, but make sure you drink water. They're very particular about you staying hydrated.
Oh. This is kind of gaunt waxing. Okay. You have known that Giacomo doesn't really eat. He has to just he gets filled up and has to get rid of it. And cool. I can drink as much water as they like. No, of course, anything for you. I suppose my favour is just be careful and come back.
I'm always careful, you know me.
And with that, we unless there's anything again, like you go to your cousin. She gets to see Giacomo as Giacomo, kind of like he makes a purpose of drinking a whole thing of water, and they go hydration. You don't see Hero again. You just assume that she's a sneaky soul. They could be anywhere. Yes, Rover gets to hang out with the two. The last thing you see of Rover is Rover running and chasing the two Eltrion's dogs / Giacomo's hyenas. Yes, I take it that you're taking
Yeah, I would have.
particularly.
I think I would have given Giacomo a map
Hmm.
of like the area and asked for him to give me directions where
Yes,
I need to go exactly, where the
he
barrow is.
yes, he definitely he's been keeping records of the places, sort of like, and does sort of go and say this is the area that he again has said that he has not seen it, but it's been that sort of thing when they set up the circuits. They've been like, "Don't go up on that hill. There be ghoulies." You you do head up to this. It's been a couple of weeks of traveling. You've arrived in the town of Hobson, and the barrow is very clear. Sort of like, oh, look at all the things we built on the hill. Not that one. Do you tell the locals why you're there?
I would inquire into it. I think into this apparent slit in the plain.
Oh, don't be going up there, sir. It's a terrible place. They say the dead walk from there. No, no, no. Don't go out there at night, especially not on a full moon, as is tonight.
Have other people been up there at all?
Oh, actually, quite a few. Well, as as bartender, I can tell you some stories. We've got stories of like young lovers who go up there, or we've had young men who've gone up there for a day and never returned. In fact, there is a young lady up there at the moment, poking around. Actually, it's strange that you're the second person. Yeah, I've been asking after it. She says she does some sort of archy, anyway, grave robber as far as we know. And if she's feeling bold enough to rob the place, then kind of squints at you. You're not planning to rob it, are you?
No, I was just interested in it.
Local yeah, well, I suppose if you go up there during the day, it's nothing. It's just a big hill, but...
She's up there now during the full moon?
Well, she's going to be, yeah, no, I think she's one of those grave robbing adventurer types, maybe.
So
maybe
there's possibility that she's in danger.
I suppose so.
Okay, I'll finish the drink that I've got, which is non-alcoholic. And thank you for your information. I'll give him a few extra coins.
You're more welcome. Good luck, sir. I hope for the best.
Thank you. Yes. And then I walk out and I'll start heading up there at night during the full moon.
Don't go! Again, you're seeing like people peer out and they're like, again, you're quite I was about to say presentable guy. You're quite stock built, You're like, yeah, there goes, especially with the dragon scales where people were like, oh, For a town that's like, oh, strange goings on here.
He looks like a seasoned adventurer. He doesn't look like he's just stepped into a village at level 1. He's,
no.
Yeah, he's quite seasoned.
Yeah. I think the general feeling you've got is like, oh yeah, an adventurer is here. And compared to this woman, who they're like, yeah, not a veg. The fact that he was very quick, willing to play NPC and be like, yeah, here's the doings. Do you have dark vision?
I do, 60 feet.
Great. It's also the night of a full moon, so there is obviously it's a moon shining down. You're able to see in the. You head up the hill. You look up. Josh, you've seen what a barrow looks like, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Josh is stupid. Josh doesn't know.
Josh doesn't know. It is sort of like a large sort of hillock, which was used as burial. So sort of like for the Celts or the Vikings, it's like it's a big burial mound. And do you have any sort of magical awareness as a power? I'm even where. Hey, I'll tell you what. If you roll Arcana, folks, what I'm doing is that I'm saying, because Jakar has these various powers, I've basically given him the reborn power of what Josh can do is he can roll, and then he can add a d6 based on one of his past not past, alternate selves. So
Yeah. Just checking to see if I have anything in particular.
or as I said, you can roll Arcana.
Yeah. Because I think I don't know. I went with the thing where I can sense certain creatures around me, which I will probably do in a minute. Actually, to be fair, I can also detect portals.
Would you like to do that?
Which would be very handy. Yes. So yes, I will use detect portal once per short rest. As an action, you detect the distance and direction to the closest planar portal within 1 mile of you. So I'll get to the base of the area where it says to start, where they say that it is, and then I'll sort of stop for a moment, and then I'll think back to a lesson that Arcana had given me on how to use technology and things to create small little portals. And the thing with that is Arcana's done it through technology, but what I was able to do was look at that, and I was able to feel the vibrations of it. I don't know how I was able to do it, but I was able to feel and sense that, and then develop that into like a natural response, so that without having to use a piece of machinery, I can detect it myself. And
Absolutely.
that's how I'm sort of like resonate. It's like like how radar wave echo type thing, sort of like boom, boom, come off of me.
So you send off a pulse. Yeah, it bounces back. It's pretty much like up there at the top of the barrow. It's a minor hillock. It's going to take you a couple of minutes to climb. Do you just want to make an Arcana check?
I would like to. I will make an Arcana check. I'd also like to use my primeval awareness. As an action, you can expend 1 ranger spell slot, 1 minute per level of the spell slot, to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you, or within 6 miles of you if you are in your favourite terrain, which I don't have the favourite terrain feature. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or number.
Okay.
So we will do that at the first level, and then I'll roll Arcana.
Sure.
That is a 15.
Do you want to use your thing?
Yes, I will use it.
Yeah.
D6, yep.
Yeah, as you sort of feel like a version of Jakarth, who was more of a magic user, sort of studied as a wizard, and wasn't expecting a knife in the back. They never do, What'd you get?
That's a 4, so it's 19 in total.
Okay, you definitely know that there is a portal here. You also get revealed that there is a decent number of undead and also fae around. Yeah, it's that sort of thing. Feel like going, okay, there's definitely a portal here, and you're like, okay, what's sort of like leaking through the portal, and what's actually there? Do you want to climb up the barrow?
Pull my bow out. I'll tighten up the cloth threads that are around it that were given to me by Hera. It's like a ritual that I do whenever I draw my bow ready for fighting, and then I'll pull out a few arrows and have them in my hand, ready, and sort of go up prepared. I think I'll sneak as well.
That's fine. Do you want to make me a sneak, and you also want to make me either athletics or acrobatics to see how you're climbing up a relatively steep hill without using your hands?
Oh yes, this is true. I think I will use my hidden dragon ability, which is pass without a trace, to give myself +10. So my stealth is going to be 37.
You slip through the wires that is this universe, and just like a video game, just fall into space. You are.
Oh no, I didn't want to be in the multiverse.
Yeah, you just end up in now. Welcome to the Toyverse. Yeah, so you are silent. You are the knight.
18 on acrobatics. I think if that's a pass, instead of like climbing, I'm sort of got the stuff in my hands and I'm hopping between rocks as I go up.
You're hopping.
I also have a climbing speed.
But you're not using your hands.
But I'm not using my hands, it's true.
Yeah. I think that's fair. You're kind of like you silence. Again, I feel Jakar has spent some time like running up and down stairs, as a kind of like exercise. You're able to, you've still got your portal. So let's say your portal vision. That there is clearly the slice between universes, like sort of like a glow at the top of the hill. That it's cold and it's. But as you sort of get a bit closer, you can see, there's light. There's like torches. There is also a figure standing next to it, sort of like in the moonlight and in the sort of the glow. She is a female elf, red hair, down in a plait, wearing what looks like an Edwardian woman's adventuring gear. She sort of sees you, smiles, turns into you, turns back into herself, and just says, "Hello, Jakar. I knew you were coming. How are you doing?"
Are you here to recruit me again?
Oh, no. I hear you're going on a nice big adventure, and I thought it'd be lovely for me to be able to go home and talk to my folks. You look like you might need a bit of help, and I know the way around Valhalla. You gotta give me that. Again, that's the first time you've heard the word Valhalla, but then you're just like, you're not stupid, you're like, as the being known to as many as Civ Loki, or a multiversal version of the god Loki, just sort of smiles. And again, as you can see that this smiling woman, there is blood on her lips from open wounds, as it looks like needles are being pushed up and still bleed. So, you found the barrow. By all means. And steps aside.
I'll just look around to see if there's any undead around.
You sort of look down and you can kind of see slowly coming up, pushing up. Bit of a time limit here, Jakar, if you want to.
Right. Okay. Yep. And I'll sort of run along, stop, look at her. You're not going to stab me in the back, are you?
And she shoves you in. And folks, I think that's a really good place for us to stop for a bit of a break. Thank you very much. So we're going to take about 10 minutes so please go get yourself a nice refreshing glass of water, maybe some toffee apples. If you can make a sausage on a stick 10 minutes, credit to you. Please put it in the chat. Yes, and we will come back in those 10 minutes and we will find out the ongoing adventures of a god and a Jakar. Take care, y'all. See you in a bit.
For those of you watching on YouTube, this will be very seamless.
10 minutes later. Hello, welcome back. Hope you all had a nice break. Unless you're watching on YouTube. If you were watching YouTube, I still suggest you get up and go have a lovely glass of water. I had a packet of Pom Bears because I'm living a life. If Pom Bears wants to sponsor us, what a get. What an odd...
I had an Easter egg long before Easter.
Good lord. Oh,
Not a whole Easter egg. I had like a little bite of it, but...
Oh dear. You're the sort of person who would open his advent calendar early?
No. I blame my wife. My wife wanted chocolate, so she opened one of her Easter eggs, and then I had some of it.
Decadence. Okay, so for those of you who are joining us at this point, odd, but Jakar, a hybrid between man and actual dragon. The effects of the experiments of Antoni, a scientist and wizard even, magic, like the beholder, did magic, like the evil Jack, tried to do things for good reasons, but ultimately did bad. Anyway, This Jakaf is full of the spirits of alternate versions of himself. In the first half, he went to speak with one of his dear friends, the circus owner and animal trainer, Giacomo. Giacomo informed Jakaf of a barrow, which had an intersection between the life and the death that he could travel through. The people of the town got very excited because he is an adventurer, but warned him that a tomb raider or grave robber was up there. As it turns out, that is to what she considers to be Jakaf's very good friend, the being known as Sivloki, or female Loki, who is also walking around in the corpse of a dead Jakaf and is transmuting and changing. Or maybe she's not, as pretty much established as she cackled unstopped for 20 seconds before pushing Jakaf through a gap. She's unpredictable. But Jakaf has now hopefully ended up in an area which is known as the Hall of the Slain, or to Sivloki, Valhalla. Jakaf, you you stumble. It's the transition from the night, the moon full night, to midday. You are standing on a large stone bridge that you see ahead of you. Hundreds of warriors walking, quite contentedly, like single file. Right in the distance, there is a large. I don't know if you personally have ever seen what a mead hall would look like, but you can get an idea of that looks like a nice place to hang out as an adventurer. Do you think you've ever been to a mead hall like that?
It probably looks like a tavern to me, like a different version of a tavern. Yeah.
Again, sort of curved wood, turf. It seems big, but you sort of again, it's such a distance, but you've got very good perception. You do indeed see that there is over 100 different doors that these adventurers are heading into, although not every door is being used. I mean, there's a lot of adventurers going, but it seems that they've built capacity for more, but they're not all being used. Maybe not even half of these doors, but it does seem like whoever's at the front is splitting people off to just be like, we're trying to use as many doors as possible. You again, having landed, you do see sort of a large basket of move. So you have landed pretty much, and as you look, you can see where the slice is, and suddenly this red hair just pulls herself through and is like, that was fun. Hey, you want to go back to the land of the living? I died, I reckon. She starts, so Loki starts diverting people into the gap.
Whoa! What? These people are here for a reason. You can't be sending them back to the land of the living. They're supposed to be dead.
Oh, well, that's very... Hey, lads, Jakaf here says that you're not allowed to go back to the land of the living. That changes back into you. Changes back into her. Well, I think that's very unkind of you, Jakaf. I don't think it's fair that you're depriving these brave heroes. As you look, they're a guy. He's missing half of his face. It's clear that someone's taken an axe. I don't think it's very fair that you're depriving these fine fellows of a chance to have another turn of the wheel.
Well, it looks like if this one goes back, he's going to be in agony.
What do you think, my good man? Okay, maybe not him, but that guy. You there? How did you die? I fell off a horse. He fell off a horse, Jakaf. I don't think that's very. You'd be upset if you fell off a horse. You'd want another go. You've got people you care about, right? You've got little scarab and zombie. You're friends with a zombie, and
no,
little raccoon girl and turtle man. Uh, just sort of brushes you away. You have only spent a little time with El Bandito, but even you know that she's being very rude.
I called her I called her a raccoon once when we were on the when we were going on the roller coasters and paid for it.
Yeah, you really do.
Right. Just stop. Right. You said that this place is familiar to you.
Yes.
Right. You obviously need some help, otherwise you wouldn't have been waiting outside of the door for me.
I just wanted to hang out with you, Jakarth.
Look, right, I don't need to roll an insight check to know that you're bullshitting.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but that's very rude. That's very... she's kind of... Weirdly, she's leaning on the portal, which is not possible. And as you just sort of see, like, the horse guy's like, excuse me. She's like, shush, shush. The grown-ups are talking. Maybe I need you to help me with something. Maybe I just want to hang out with my... I suppose you're my brother? Body brother? I don't know how you want to do. Hey, Jakarth, and again, is leaning like forwards on her hand. Again, there's nothing. She keeps leaning on impossible things, like hands. What would you want to call us if you had to put a name on what we are?
Acquaintances.
Oh, you get me right in the heart, Jakarth. Oh, you're going to come to love me eventually. Okay, yes, maybe I need your help to, sneak me in so I can have a little bit of a look around. I mean, I haven't been back in, many years. And I thought you're here for a purpose, aren't you? You want to have a poke around. You want to do something. I know you want to do something, Jakarth. What do you want to do, though?
What's your connection here?
I know the person who runs this place, and he owes me a favor.
And what are your intentions with this person?
I will give him everything he deserves and more.
Right, that doesn't sound good.
Well, who you decide what's good, bad, or revengeful.
I'd rather not be an accomplice to a murder of a god. Too much of that happening in the material plane as it is.
Okay, I promise I'm not going to murder a god.
So what are you then? A demigod?
I am Loki. I
that means
made
nothing to me.
Myself. No, I don't think it would. But I'm more of a concept. I'm a trickster, and I know that's not a great thing to tell you. We're being honest because we're siblings. So, yeah, as you react to that, she ignores completely as she does it. And I'm a survivor, and I mean, not, again, like, puts her hand to her lips that come away bloody, and then sort of like rubs them on her fancy Edwardian dress. Bad things happen to me, and they weren't wrong to react the way they were, but they acted like they weren't expecting it. And I know it's weird because I came to your place and it turns out there's another version of me. And I mean, it's the multiverse, but it's very different. And now, there's an army that's eternal and can't be... I just want to have a bit of a break, Jakarth. I just want to stop. I mean, this is the Hall of the Slain, and I've been slained, and I just want to... Excuse me, will you... You're being very rude to me and my brother. You can't... Dude, can you stop this portal, or can you just see them?
I can only see them. I don't think I can close.
You hear that? He can't close them. So you can stop asking. I didn't ask anything. You've kind of caused a bit of a... Again, the bridge is huge, so people have kind of picked up and are trying to... a few are trying to, like, sneak past, but still Loki's like, no. No, I think you can just detect them.
Yeah, I can just detect them. Yeah, I think it's at a higher level I can close them. If I hadn't multi-class, I reckon I could probably close them.
Yeah, so just sort of like, so, how are you thinking of getting in?
Well, I need to know where to go first. I need to know where's the. I'm here to deposit the souls that I absorbed in
Souls.
that bone place.
Oh, the bone place. Walk with me. Turns around, steps away from the portal. You just watch as the horse guy just. And just as the putrefaction on him, like, oh no, help! They're fine. The town of Hobbs, they're used to this. You know, it's.
Has he gone in there as a zombie?
Yeah.
Oh, no more people. Don't push any more people through there.
shoves another one.
As soon as that one goes through,
Yeah.
there's an arrow straight in the back of his head and an arrow in the back of the head of the other one, killing them both.
Oh no! Oh, you.
And then their spirits appear back in the back.
Yes,
in the
yeah, they literally. Oh, Jakov. He had a chance to make a friend.
As a mindless zombie.
He had another friend, and then you killed. Oh,
yeah, that would have destroyed the town, right? There's if you want to take somebody, if you want to make somebody an undead, there's a particular way to go about it.
Amazing! I look forward to learning all about that. Fine, just walks over and it's like, you're ruining all the local myths and legends. As she just sort of pushes. You just watch as this. I hope no one else wanted to be able to come to the cool place, and then you're the bore. I want to talk to the fun Jakov. Roll an intelligence saving throw.
God. Actually, God, he knocked everything fine. That is an 11.
You sort of feel you're like, oh, getting woozy. And then you sort of like, your mouth opens. What do you want? Hello! I don't want to talk to you. You helped kill me. I know! I felt really, really bad about that. And then I went and got this guy. And he's not fun. You're fun, Jack.
Yeah, and what's stopping me from wringing your neck right now?
Actual squee! Oh, this is great. Yeah, I mean, you certainly can try. Yeah, but then I think I will just come back, or I'll just throw you off the bridge, and that's not fun to the other Jakarths, is it? Do you know what he's going to do? He's going to do something. You're at the Hall of the Slain. There's a lot of, maybe there's other versions of you here. Isn't that exciting? Don't you want to find out?
I do.
I know you do. Takes your hand. It's like, come along. I should be dragged along. I tell you what.
Why am I carrying this flimsy piece of wood?
Throw it off the bridge. Get rid of it.
I go to, and there's resistance.
Make an intelligence saving throw.
That is a 19.
As you just, and then you're back.
Don't do that again, please.
Oh, but I wanted to talk to him. I killed him, and that's not... Well, you killed him, and I watched, and that's not fair. I bet you wouldn't let him be a zombie, would you? You don't want him wandering around and hurting other people.
No, I don't.
Good. Then you're going to drop him off here so he can cause more trouble here. I mean, nothing can die here. That's why this is great. It's like the whole of the... It's for those people who died in battle. I mean, all your people, they all died in battle, didn't they?
All of the ones that are in here, yes, they all died fighting the other one. The one that you seem so smitten with.
Well, he's very handsome. Did you see it? It's got all the dragony bits. Not just this bit, but, you know, you're very... You're fine, Jakov. Don't you worry.
Right.
Jakov, you've just recently got these emotions. I don't know how this is probably not sitting even well with you, where it's just...
He's uncomfortable and angry.
Yes, which is the great thing to do when a god starts flirting with you. You assume you're flirting. Yes, the portal shut. You and Savloki or Sylvie. We probably need to come up with a different name of her, but she'll work one out. You begin walking along the bridge. there are, as I said, there are multiple warriors here. Most of them have visible wounds. As I said, there was that guy who's missing half his face. You sort of head up, start walking. And do you want to? I assume you're not going to. Are you going to make conversation with anyone, or with your?
I'm just going to sort of leave them. I'll have a look around. Just to. Yeah. I don't think there'd be anybody here that I'd notice. So.
Do you want to make a perception check?
I can certainly try. I don't think there's anybody that's died recently. That was a natural 20 for a 32.
I think it's disappointing to not allow, but when you're looking around, you're like, yep, there's no one There's, again, sort of like, I can safely say, like, none of your friends are here. None of your acolytes are here. Actually, I think there might be someone who you look at and you go, I think that's one of the Harpers. Not that I know their name, but that sort of seems to be. It looks like they have. Again, they've got like blood pouring down the side of their neck, so possibly bitten by a vampire or something snaky. I suppose again you can feel a certain buoyancy in your chest that no one you care about, like. Giacomo's not here. Actually, to be fair, Giacomo probably doesn't have a soul, according to the followers of Clemvor, as he's reborn. But
but that's the difference between. That's the thing. That's the secret sauce between undead and zombies. Is that reborn? Sorry, is that reborn have their souls.
But I think they can't be revived. That's It's a brave new world that we're all discovering. Yes, no one you care about is walking this bridge. You get near to the front. There is a woman. She's about 8.5 foot tall. Sort of darkish skin, sort of long black hair, has bangs, which is quite sweet, but is in sort of like heavy armor and is holding a spear shield, and sort of looks, and you see sort of like the person in front of you walks up and he's like, Dagnar, Silverclaw, killed fighting a kraken, and she's like, acceptable, and then sort of pushes in. Are you trying to look around her to see what's through the door, or? Yeah,
I might be able to have a look around.
You sort of like you said, you can see like a long wooden table that seems to stretch as far as you can see, and it's kind of weird because it seems like there's noise cancellation because like the door is open, but you can see basically chaos. There is fighting, there is drinking, there is dancing, but you can't hear it at this point where you're just like, oh, okay, that looks. I mean, is that Jakarv's scene, a loud, noisy hall? No, that's just.
Oh no.
Yeah, where you're just like.
There might be a version of Jakarth in his head who's doing the boogie at the minute. But...
Yeah, you kind of like in your head, you're like, yeah. And you also sort of hear Jack being like, yeah, but they've got chicken wings.
Yes, that is one thing that's Jakarth has been trying furiously. He's sort of developed traits from the other ones, like the ability to feel and ability to cook, getting better at close combat, fighting, and all of that sort of stuff. But I think the one thing that he's gotten from Jack, because it's very difficult for the souls to not bleed together, is a profound love for chicken and chicken wings.
Yeah, I think you're just like, yeah, I'm going to get myself some chicken. The large woman looks down and is like, then looks at Silver Loki, who's like, my name is Jenny, and I was killed fighting a Tarask. And she's like, what? My name is Jenny, I was killed killing... and kind of like tries to tuck and roll under the woman, so like with this... throws the spear up, picks up Silver Loki, and then sort of like holds her up. Savloki is like 5'5", and so you can see her. She's still wearing her like Edwardian dress, and you can see like her feet kicking. And she's like, "Help! Help! Violence! Jakaf, help!"
I mean, if we spoke about this before, I would have told you to sort of turn into something and hide in my clothes. But okay.
Jakaf, help!
Excuse me, can you let go of this person? I don't look like the spirits, do I? I look like a corporeal form, don't I? I don't look dead.
Yeah. There's sort of like, yes, there's a slight sort of like mistiness to these beings. But yes, you seem very sort of solid as just Savloki, who's just like, help. It's just, again, I think she looks at you and it's like, you shouldn't be here, mortal.
No, I shouldn't, but I am. I'm here to see some friends off.
Oh. Make a persuasion check.
Can I give myself advantage with it by, and this is going to be bending the rules so much, by just closing my eyes for a moment and just looking at within myself at the what we've jokingly been calling the Council of Jakarths, and just look at Jack and go, I know we haven't seen eye to eye, but I'm going to take some of your power and I'm going to pull on some of his power on his soul a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'd like to use his Path of the Ancestry ability that he gets as a barbarian, and I'm going to sort of temporarily summon the other spirits around me, but they're still tethered to me, so they'll be pulled back in. I'm just going to use that to summon them, so this giant can see.
Cheeky, but you know it's cheeky. But the reason you're here, I think, that's sort of like again, like as we watch, sort of like Jack is like trapped inside. You know, you can see him like, you know, the other ghosts are there going, oh, hello, and you can see like he goes to the hands trying to get out. You know, you see, you bastard. Yeah, please, yeah, roll persuasion with advantage.
That's 2 natural 20s. I need to take a photo of this. Nat rolled 1 on bloody resurgence. Oh my god.
I think this is what the folks at home call kismet, where you were given a divine quest, and those. I can confirm, folks, that is 2 nat 20s.
That's crazy.
You again. You kind of like you got
for
your
a 21. Bow. No, for a 21. Yeah, if that helps.
Yeah. You kind of like shift your bow, and that's enough to like push Jack back in. And you look sort of like around, and there are, I think maybe we said about 10 ghostly Jakarths. Folks,
27. I think Jack made 28.
20. Okay, there are 27 Jakarths of various builds, various scales. They all look like, obviously, they look like your siblings. You know, sort of like they were all kind of like, but all male, all like a couple of like there's a couple who are like in wizard's robes. There's a few, you know, so like you've covered a range. The giant looks down and is like still holding like a kicking god. Like, friend, you bring your warriors to their final rest, I take it.
Yes.
Holy quest. The All-Father himself would be impressed at your bravery. And this one?
My guide.
I'm his guide. I know my way around. You look familiar, mortal. Yeah, that's me, mortal. Please put me down. The giant looks down at you. I mean, you found us. The life of Jenny in your hands, mortal. Please, Jakov. Come on. You know, we're buddies. We're acquaintances.
I require this person in order to help me navigate through this place. They were once a resident here, but were reborn into my world, and their knowledge has helped me get back here. So I would appreciate if you would leave them unharmed.
Let's go. Thump. Face plants down. Goes. Just a hair. Blushes most beautifully. Looks at your very unimpressed face and then is like, thank you. Like, again, you can't hear.
Spirits just.
Yeah. Let's just pull back in. She just really quietly is like, sorry, what? Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Looks up at it. Thank you for not throwing me off the bridge. Oh, you know, you're a hero here. He saved your life, mortal. But all right. I sense a warrior spirit in you.
There's quite a few.
Yeah. Put some hat. The spear that she sort of like through lands back. Welcome to Valhalla. Make yourself at home. Yeah, steps aside.
May I ask your name?
Oh, yes. My name is Heldrick.
Heldrick. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. Oh, you need to introduce yourself to me first so you could be announced.
My name is Jakarth.
Does a sort of bow to you, like, gamer. Jakarth, welcome. And,
all of the spirits in me are also called Jakarth.
Oh. I mean, my name's Jack, but I suppose we're not doing nicknames. My name is also Kereth. I am a wizard. It's very exciting to be here. I helped you with the portals. You're welcome. My name is Henry. I'm trying new things out. Like, shush. Anyway, shut up, Henry.
Could you you've said all these names now, and I've forgotten what her name is. Helric. Could you please, as this is my first time here, could you please guide me in to where the best place would be for me to see my fellows off?
Oh, by all means. If you head up, try not to get in any fights. Up at the far end of the hall, there will be one of the burgomaster's who will be able to direct your alternate kind of having a look at it like other youths to give them their final rest.
Thank you. Question for you.
Yes.
If a fight was to happen here, if one of these warrior spirits were to perish, if I was to kill one, would do they stay dead or?
Oh no, they rejuvenate every dawn. That's the rules here. You, on the other hand, it kind of shrugs a large shoulder. Like, we don't know. We don't normally have mortals.
Okay, that's good to know. I'd if anybody was to attack me, I would obviously defend myself, but I wouldn't.
Of course, that's fine. No, they will be rejuvenated. That's part of their afterlife. You know, constant drinking, constant fighting. And honestly, I think it's nice that you're bringing new people in. They always like, if they're up for a scrap. I mean, also if you're not, you know, there are other planes, other places. You know, gestures to your bow. There's archery. There's all sorts of things here. This is the Hall of the Slain.
Good. I think that'd be good. Out of curiosity, is there a way to permanently slay a spirit in this world, in this place?
Considers. Yes.
How is that obtained? How is that done? Just so I can avoid it.
Jakaf, nothing you can do. Don't worry. I think you saw her kind of like tensing up, and then you said, "So I can avoid it." And she said, "Oh, nothing. Don't worry about that. That's not that you're not going. You, with your mortal weapons, I don't think you won't be able to do that." No.
Okay.
Gestures. You've noticed that like the people behind you have been splitting off and going into the other doors. So you've caused a little bit of a loggerhead again, but not impossible, you know.
Thank you very much for your time, and I'll head in the direction that the giant lady said to go. Does it lead in the same direction that Sivloki was pointing at that they wanted to go to?
Vaguely, yeah. Sort of like
right. I got a feeling it's all connected.
What? No, she's just a nice archaeologist called Jenny.
As we get out of earshot of the giant, I'm just gonna look at Loki, Civ Loki, and go. They almost recognised you.
I'm glad I'm so well known.
But you said you wanted my help sneaking you in here, so you have the ability to change your appearance. Would be wise for you to do so.
What do you recommend?
Not what you currently look like.
Jakaf.
Not what I look like either.
There's a tiny, yeah, there you go. It's me, El Bandido. I'm full of crimes.
Not any of my friends or people that I've worked with previously. Just some androgynous figure that can easily go unnoticed.
A tallish, elvish-looking man, dark, longish hair. Yeah, just... How's that?
Much better.
Good.
What name are you going by?
My name... Looks at you again. No, Tom's too on the nose. Henry.
Henry. Hey, my name's Henry. Coming from inside my head. Shush.
That's possibly where I got it.
Henry's fine.
I think it's a good name. Yes, shall we? Shall we?
Yes, let's go.
So, you and Henry walk in. Again, it's the sound of combat and noise. You're seeing... unlike, I was about to say, real Valhalla, where, this is... Again, there are all sorts here. There are men, there are women, there are non-binary people, there are dragonborn, there are elves, there are ents, there is all sorts of, you don't... Actually, I'll tell you what, make a religion check.
I seriously thought for a second that I rolled another natural 20, but it's because it's a 9 with the line underneath. So in total, it's a 9.
Again, you are not a follower of Clemvor. You know that Clemvor is the great judge that will judge all that die. It almost sort of seems like this is... Okay, if you're not going to be judged by... you've met various people who've got various gods, but it's almost like this is like a catch-all. Where you're like, okay, you're not going to this place, you're not going to Elysium, you're not going... Hey, you died in battle. Maybe if you were more atheist or agnostic, again, for whatever group runs this place, this seems like a nice catch-all, but also, again, sort of like a little bit of about Helm, or that same sort of they could reskin this quite easily to just be like, hey, it's a big fighting hall. Yes,
sort of like it's sort of like sort of like Valhalla is like the crossroads to get to the plane or the afterlife that suits the
Suits the person.
Suits the pantheon or the god or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah. This
Yeah.
is sort of like a nice catch-all. And again, sort of, yes, that's sort of. Again, I will simply say it's like everyone here seems to have died in battle, suffered. You know, sort of like you. No one seems, again, like for the 9 and like high perception, like no one seems to have died of pox or the bloat or anything. They all seem.
When I said earlier about not looking for anybody, I think Jakarth was secretly trying to look out for his dad who had died, but his dad didn't die in battle. So
No.
I think there was a small hope that his dad might be there, but obviously didn't see him. So
no. Are you going to talk about any of this, or you just
not with Henry? No.
How can you not trust me? I'm a lovely guy. No, that's fair. You start sort of walking. Henry again, sort of like he's wearing sort of levers, sort of like armor levers, that kind of. Again, just looks very sort of moisturized and handsome. You know, just a handsome guy, like walking along. You're looking. Can you just roll a D100?
Oh, yes, I can. I was not expecting that. That is a 31. Let me just make sure that is a 3. That is a 3. Yes, 30. No, 37. Sorry.
Ooh. Again, you're walking. You're going past the various tables there. You sort of inadvertently clock eyes with someone. Humanoid. Again, a bit like Giacomo, sort of gaunt, dead, kind of like looks. You know, big, messy beard, which is interestingly full of like chicken grease. So you have like a moment like, but also like, oh, horrible. And just sort of looks like,
oh, no, why am I attracted to that?
Yeah, no, weirdly, you're like, so you sort of think, what are you looking at?
Nothing. I thought I might have recognised you, but I appear to have been mistaken.
You don't know Gringar? I'm a great hero. Everyone's like, shut up. He's like, no, I'm a great hero. Well, I died on my feet. Where are you? Looks at you and like, what are you, some sort of... Kind of wiggles his hands, which you kind of get... It's like he's trying to say a slur of some kind, but he's not really... you're like, yeah, because... and they're like, leave it off. He's like, no, this fancy lad, starts getting up.
Definitely not a fancy lad.
Yeah, you're not a fancy, but hey, compared to this guy, and also you happen to be standing next to a fancy lad who's like, he's like,
shit.
Henry's like, oh no, combat in the Hall of the Dead. What you gonna do?
Not.
Just not.
Just not. I'm just gonna. Yep. How about a drink on me?
Make a persuasion roll, disadvantage.
Oh shit. Come on, double. Oh, okay. One of them was a natural 20, and the other one, which is a 12 for 13.
Everyone's like, yes! as this guy leaps over the table towards you. Roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, must I?
Initiative. Oh, really?
What did you get?
The natural 1 for a 6.
Weirdly enough, though, you do get to go first. He rolled a 5.
Oh.
That's okay. You got a 6, you said?
Yeah.
Into the initiative tracker. Hey, amazing. Cool. This guy is... I wouldn't say he's got a surprise round on you, but he's jumping over the table. It's gonna like impact into you in the next 6 seconds. But we've entered. This is the second time I've talked to you about Red Dead Redemption, but with in that game you have like the bullet eye.
Yeah.
So everything's like slowed down. Yeah. So this large, like, greasy man is like flying towards you, reaching up behind him for what you assume is a weapon. What do you want to do?
I think what I would like to do is, as I draw my bow and
You've got your bow.
as I draw my bow and arrows,
Yeah.
because I would have put them away when we came through the portal. As everything has slowed down around me, I feel the vibrations of the plane around me, and I take a step back, and as I do, I disappear, and I reappear 10 feet away from this guy as I use my feature that allows me to teleport, which I can't remember what it's called. It is the thing. Let me just find it. Planar Warrior it's called. So I just sort of teleport back 10 feet and fire an arrow at him.
Nice. Roll your attack.
That is a. This is sharpshooter, by the way. So that's 15 plus 8, so 23 to hit.
That hits.
I was just thinking to myself, why have I only got a +8 to hit with my +2 longbow? And then I realised that it's my sharpshooter stats for it.
Yeah.
Because normally it's a +14 to hit.
Oof.
That is 5 plus 17, so 22 piercing damage.
Okay, you fire off an arrow, and just like as he's jumping, get him right in the like upper chest. You're like, so again, in your like bullet time thing where you're just watching, like he's going. Oh no, he's going backwards now, showing his naked tum tum. Do you have another attack?
As the Guardian said outside that the spirits will regenerate on the next dawn, I feel that I don't really need to go easy on him.
No.
So I am going to take another shot at him with sharpshooter.
Ooh.
That is a 15 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. This time I'm going to hit him with a thing that I can do with favoured foe, so I add a d6 to this attack.
Your favourite foe, that guy.
Yeah. Favoured foe, so 17. That's 7, sorry, plus 4 is 11, plus 17 is 28 points of damage, piercing. Magical piercing, I should say.
Yeah. Arrow starts falling back. Arrow. So like, again, he's completely overbalancing backwards. There you go. Is that your?
That's my turn. That's
Okay.
everything. That's everything I'm going to do.
We woof back in as everyone's like, "Hey!" Woo, 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 woo. You've got a lot of the eyes on this place are now turning to look at you because you're new and you're different, and I don't know if many people use archery the way like a lot of these people are like berserkers, and as is this guy who gets up, like snaps the arrow ends off, throws them. He's like, ugh. Comes charging at you. Let's have a look. He is again that screaming at the beginning. You're like, okay, that man is angry. He's full of rage. Let's see. With a vantage, does a my dude does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not. I would sort of deftly dodge out of the way.
Yeah, you dodge one way. There is a second attack coming your way. Still with advantage. Does a 21 hit?
21 will hit.
He's got it looks like a flail. Sort of like, again, like spiky, horrible muddy ball kind of comes and just cracks across your side. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I can indeed. What's my con save? That's not very good. That is a 12.
Ooh. You sort of, again, you feel it, and I don't know, something about your armor where you're just like, one of the spikes of this ball gets you like in the ribs, and you just have a moment going, oh. And it's not necrotic damage, because it's not necrotic damage, but you kind of feel like, oh, whatever he had, it's a ghostly fail, but whatever that was in is disgusting. You are poisoned into the end of the Berserker's next turn, so you have disadvantage on ability and attacks. As that sort of pulls out, and you just hear Henry going, "Oh, nasty." Does another 21? Does that?
Yep, that'll hit. Oh, sorry. How much damage did I take?
Oh, that's. I don't want to tell you. It's a secret. You take 6 damage.
I took 6 damage from that. Okay, cool.
6 bludgeoning and poisoning. The second attack does 4 bludgeoning. It's just.
Ow!
Yeah! Everyone's like, yay! I don't know why it's so soft. It's like, yay! Go this! You can just hear the sort of boom, boom, boom of them sort of like coming. I think you can also. I'm just going to say make an intelligence roll, not a saving throw, but
Just straight intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
3.
Okay. Ouchie. You could kind of like, you was like, and you kind of like glance at Henry, who's looking kind of nervous, but there's not time for that now. As we go back to the beginning of initiative, so that is you. So that's the interesting thing now, because you are poisoned, but he was also recklessly attacking.
So my attacks are neutral against him?
Neutral, yeah.
Okay, so just trying to think what I'm going to do. I am also just so happen to be a fighter, but I'm not high enough level to have battle mastery or anything. So what I'm going to do is, because I want to. Tom said before this that he'd like to get me in a little bit of close combat, so I'm going to do a little bit of close combat here. The taking those 2 blows and feeling a little bit poisoned, I'm like, right, okay then, you want to play in close combat? Fine. And just sort of go, and my scales on my hands extend and grow into draconic claws. And my face sort of extends slightly, but then pulls back in, and my eyes light like fire. I'm using primal savagery. So my teeth and fingernails sharpen, and I can deliver. This is acid damage. This will be so they're dripping with. Instead of it looking like acid, it's like lava is dripping off of my fingers because I'm part red dragon. So I will attack with my primal savagery. Primal savagery is an action. Oh, it's an action, so I can't actually attack with it. Hang on. Oh no, I make an attack. I can do it now. So I do the attack now. That is a 17 plus 7, so 24.
You hit with your acid lava fingernails.
These are some dangerous fingernails. This is 3d10. It's 9 plus 4 is 13 plus 3, 16 points of acid damage. Acid that looks like lava.
You, again, sort of, where do you scratch?
Where do I scratch? I go for the exposed abdominal area.
Yeah, you get sort of like, and you watch as you take a. Again, you're not holding back because you take a chunk out of this man's, and you watch as it bubbles, and he's like, everyone's like, boom, 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 stranger, boom, 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 stranger, and fancy man, and he's like, hello, hey, Jakov, I'm gonna let you make another I know we're coming up to your. No, you're done with your turn.
There is one more thing I want to do with my turn, but I rolled a 9 on intelligence.
Yeah. You sort of like, again, sort of look around. You're kind of like, oh, people are getting up. I think you sort of like, something is clicking in your brain. I'm dropping the DC. I think when we get back to your next turn, you might work it out. But yeah. Okay, yeah. What do you need
Well, there was something I want to do anyway.
Yes,
this is a mead hall, right?
Yeah.
So mead halls normally have an upstairs.
There is like a viewing. Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to use my Wyvern Stride, which is a flavoured version of Misty Step, and I'm gonna. It's not. I don't teleport up there. I jump basically. I just go down in as I slash across his stomach. I go into like that sort of Superman, superhero pushing off the ground pose, and I just backflip onto the banister, and I'll look down to him, and I'll go with a big grin on my face. I oddly enough, I'm enjoying this, and I put my hand out to him, and I go, "Come on, big boy."
Boomf, 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 and then you kind of like going, it's my heart as well, and then you can kind of hear, yeah, come on, Chekov, you know you like this. Come on.
Wait.
I didn't get to have as much fun. I got to kill the dog, but no, I got to kill the wolf, but there's a lot of fun we could have here, Chekov. Come on, let me out.
I'm ignoring him for the minute.
Fair enough. So you're like, come on, boy. As you do that, so yes, does a 14 hit you?
No.
As a javelin just spin.
Wait.
Yeah, you're like, whoop. You sort of again in your head, you're like, this would be quite good if you could cast a spell. That's all I'm saying. Then just like as they obviously drag the wizard back. You just as you just sort of see. Again, you're sort of like you're standing up there. You're like on the like this viewing gallery area. And then you're sort of looking around, and there's other sort of like berserkers, and they sort of look at you, and then they're sort of like, "What's up?" And you're like,
right.
Can you make me a? Can you make me a strength saving throw, please?
I'm actually really good at these because of an item I have. That is a 18 plus 10, so 28.
Okay.
I looted Jack's body before he became Civ Loki, so I've got his belt of giant strength.
Yeah. No. Again, that got teleported to. Huh. Yes, you did, because that's his body down there. He's like, hello. Again, you sort of feel like hands trying to grapple you. You fight your way out. I tell you what, just make a dexterity saving throw now.
And I'm naturally dexterous. That's a 21.
You avoid the grapple. And you also avoid the shoves. I'm going to say that you're kind of being forced now not to run, but you know what I mean. Like you're having to move along because as the various people are trying to grab you, you're like. But you're also like running in parallel as the berserker's like. again, one. I'm not even going to make you roll the intelligence roll. There is a fight happening now, and there's a possibility that everyone's going to think that this is a free for all. So you don't have any allies apart from Henry. It's not bad tempered fighting, but these people don't know that you're necessarily mortal, so you might want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to mark off that spell slot, actually.
I think back at the top of the actually, so that was him missing. That's like the legendary action of the room. We're back up to you now.
Just going to shout down to Henry. Think we might need to get out of here, and then I'm going to start making my way along the viewing platform towards the door to get out.
Absolutely. Make a just a dex roll as you're sort of running along the
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
Ooh, 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dex saving roll.
My dex save is better than my acrobatics. 16.
Oh, shoot. I think that's the thing. Like, he's like, oh, I'm going, and someone's holding on to the front of you. It's sort of like this tabaxi, female tabaxi's looking at you and it's like, hey, noob, lad.
Right.
This is going to be fun. Anything you want to do with your turn?
If I'm going to go, it is going to be fun. And I'm just going to, am I sort of like dangling over the edge?
Yes, you're dangling by by your armor.
What I'm going to do is, while she's holding on to me, I'm going to sort of bend my knees. So my knees are right up against the banister, and I'm going to bend them in. I'm going to be like, this is going to be fun. Hold on. And I'm going to use Wyvern Stride to push off. And then she's obviously going to come down with me, but I'm going to push myself out of the door. It's weird because it's technically a teleport, but being she's holding on to me, I'll just drag her with me.
You do that. You just like, when she's like, right, okay, just so like tilts her head at you and it's like, again, is that your turn?
I can still attack if I want to. My action will be to disengage from her.
That's fair.
As I've pulled her onto the floor, and then I'm going to shout for Civ Loki and be like, "Come on, let's go!" And then out with the meat hall.
Yeah, you're after
shut the door behind him.
It's Henry sort of like again, like looks at you, piled the face of this, and just sort of like is burnt and sort of like puts his hand and is like, there we go. Wow, you totally know how to make friends, Jakov.
I certainly tried to defuse the situation. Obviously, didn't go very well.
No, I mean, you started a fight. You did run away from a fight. That's not, but we're here for more important things, right?
Yes, if I was a spirit here, I would have fought, but I'm not a spirit here, and I don't want to remain here, so I ran.
Sort of looks as an axe, like half goes through the door partially. It's like, let's
off we go.
Walking along.
Not walking, I'm running.
Okay, which way are you running?
In the direction that we were told to go.
Up.
Yeah.
You start running up the stairs. Henry has not got the build of a run, but it's keeping up with you absolutely fine. It's sort of like,
are you able to turn into any animals?
Yes.
Can you turn into something small and just hold on?
Yeah. It's just you even looking at him.
Yeah, I don't need you dragging me behind. Come on.
Like just leaps and a squirrel like lands on your shoulder and kind of just holds on to you because you got longish. How long's your hair?
It's quite short, but it's long enough to be sort of swept back.
Holds on to like the back of your hair. Again, not unpleasantly, not like pulling your hair, but you've now just got a squirrel that does not look unfamiliar. You think, it seems that like a druid, you base the animals on.
Doesn't look like
things
Chippy, does it? I'll be having words with Faerun next time I see them.
You hurry up some stairs.
Running.
You come across up. There is one of these giant women, sort of standing in a corridor. She is in black armor, black feathers around. She's an albino, so very pale, white, plaited, pink eyes, and holding. I'm trying to think. Not a spear. What's another fun weapon?
Warhammer.
Warhammer. There we go. Just sort of like.
But not one of those tiny warhammers, like a big.
No,
warhammer.
this is a big. Yeah, no, big. Sort of looks at you and goes, "Can I help you, mortal?"
Yes. Helga, below, said that I'm here to drop off some. I'm ferrying some spirits into this place, and they told me to come up this way in order to do so. I was hoping that you might be able to point me a bit further.
You hear a little voice, Helric.
Helric, sorry. Helric is the name that I say.
Yeah, retroactively.
Yeah.
Loki looks up.
Josh isn't good with names.
Loki looks at something that you can't see and goes, "Let's just reverse that." So you've retroactively said Helric. Helric, all right. My name is Kara, and
That's an easy name to remember.
It is actually the name of a Valkyrie. So, which, hey folks, thought turns out Elf Valkyrie. My name is Kara. I am the Raven. It is part of my job to escort the dead to the next life. And you have brought us souls?
I have, yes.
Have they died in combat?
Yes.
Interesting. Well, come with me. Leads you off sort of like these stairs, opens up. It is a room that is absolutely filled with ravens. Like you just said, again, and you expect it to be absolutely like stinking and full of crap. But no, these ravens are just looking, and it's like, these are the All-Father's eyes. He lost one, so he received knowledge, and now. But you are welcome here, Jakaf.
Would you say that you're the Queen of Ravens?
Another holds that title, but if you want to call me the Raven Queen, I suppose that's your prerogative. Again, make an intelligence roll.
Jesus Christ, that's 3. I'm not very intelligent.
Just the voice in you. She knows your name.
She knows my name. As in,
she called you Jakaf.
I didn't say my name, did I? No. Interesting. You've heard of me?
We've heard many things of you, Jakaf. You've travelled the plains. You've helped save the town of, city, I suppose, now. It's been a while since we've been there, but Neverwinter. And you, from what I understand, you carry some powerful souls in that body of yours.
Yes.
She sort of like leans on the warhammer and like looks up and is like, yes, I suppose. I'm sorry about this, Jakaf. You're going to have to prove yourself, I'm afraid.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Welcome. She looks like shrugs like, welcome to Valhalla, love. Woof! As the black wings come out and the warhammer's up, and the squirrel's like, oh oh shit! And like jumps off and skitters, and she's like, where the hell are you going? He's like, I've got jobs to do. Good luck, Jakov. Please do roll initiative.
Was that Henry that's just bogged off?
Yep.
Oh, great.
He's not getting in the war with the Valkyrie.
My God.
What did you get?
A natural 20 again. That's like my fourth or fifth one.
Beautiful. I'm glad you're spending it on initiative.
25.
25. Let's have a look at what we got. What's your... Just going to have a look at that. What's initiative? I hate to surprise you. She didn't be. What's that? 18. Actually, she might with an 18. She might beat your. Yeah, she got a 26. So.
Shit.
Yeah.
I suppose
it's fine.
I'm not really expecting it to be fair. So.
Again, it's. Yeah, it's not. Kara sort of like looks at you. It's like, sorry, Jakov. Boom. Henry has buggered off. Starts stepping forwards. Lifts up the hammer and just go again. Sorry. First attack does a 14 hit.
No.
Does a 26 hit.
Yes.
The hammer sort of like sweeps round. You dodge one way, and then suddenly she's amazingly quick, reverses it and cracks you across the side. You start with taking 9 points of slashing, actually bludgeoning damage. I'm reworking this because I gave her a hammer. 9 points of bludgeoning and 24 points of radiant.
Oh my God. Ow. Oh no.
Ouchie! Again, she's just sort of like spins that and puts it down again and goes, I mean, your quest is a noble one. Usually I would say you could just leave, but I suppose you could stay here if you like.
No, thank you.
Hey, gotta make an offer. Don't know if you're gonna have much choice about that, but bring it. That's her turn. Next up, we have Jakov.
As if we didn't know it was happening. I'm just going to sort of take a few deep breaths and go into my mind again and just look at the Council of Jakars and just be like,
Hello.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. At least not without your help. And I'm looking right at Jack when I say this. I'll agree to let you out if you help me release these souls. And then I will make a promise to you to finish what you started. And no, not murder more of your kind. More of us. The Lich. I'll go to the Lich.
You'd kill Antoni for me.
We will. You stay with me, the rest leave.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage, because the advantage is the rest of them are like, hey, we don't want to go fight the Lich.
Oh, natural 20. But I didn't roll it on the roll together dice, which is weird. So natural 20 for 21.
You have my magic, and my sword, and my cookery skills. Again, you kind of like feel the other Jakarfs like they're kind of like taking off a bit, where they're leaving to give you it, and then it's just you and Jack. I'll hold you to it. Offers you a hand.
Offering my hand back.
Josh, what do you want this deal to involve?
The ability to switch between the two character sheets. Even if it's just in here.
Yeah, let's do it. You watch as you kind of like Jakarv drops, and then slowly Jack looks up. Wow. Wow.
It's a bit of a flick for the minute as Jack looks around, as I look around for something. I'm like, not quite yet. And then switches back to Jakarth. For my actual turn, I'm going to run towards one of the nearest walls.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to say to myself, obviously talking to Jack, I'll be like, all right, let's set up some cool shit, shall we? And I'm going to turn towards this, turn towards Kara. And as I go to fire a bow shot, I teleport 10 feet into the air towards the wall. And I fire a shot at her with a sharpshooter.
Go ahead.
That is a 22 to hit.
That does hit.
I'm going to make her my favoured foe, so it's an extra d6 on this attack. So that is, that's 2 2s. 2 2s plus 17, so 21 points of piercing damage.
You fire, it's, clanks into her armour. Like, ouches.
And then I will teleport another 10 feet up as I fire another shot at her. So I'm 20 feet in the air, but I'm on the wall now. So as I fire this last shot, my claws dig into the wall and I hold myself in place.
Yep.
But this attack is going to be a 18 to hit.
That, I believe, beats it.
Oh, okay. So I don't get favoured foe on this one. So, but that is a 19 points of piercing.
And this is a magical weapon, right?
It's a magical weapon, yeah.
Cool.
As that happens, this flame, smoke begins to pour out of my nostrils, and there's the scales that are on my neck begin to glow red hot, and this fire just breathes out of my mouth and sort of envelops around me, causing this aura. That's the way that I'm going to use action surge, and then I'm going to attack 2 more times.
Sure.
Teleporting up another 20 feet, so I'll be 40 feet in the air. So that is a 19 to hit.
Beat.
Might as well roll the next one. And a 25 to hit.
Both hit.
So the first one is 20 points of piercing damage. And the other one is 19 points of piercing damage.
You get your arrows into this giant woman, and you can see like gold pouring out of the wounds. She's looking around.
And then,
good shot.
And then the fire, the aura that's around me sort of culminates around my body and begins singeing the scratch marks and things that I've gained from the fight so far. I'm going to use second wind to heal myself 1d10 plus 2. So 7 hit points. And then that's my turn. I'm 40 feet in the air.
She, with very little effort, just because she has wings, just comes up. It's like, So which one are you currently?
Jakarth.
You can just hear the voice and you go on. I don't know if the power would come to us, but you want to fly, don't you? Snap her wings. Go on. Again, make an intelligence saving roll.
That is a 16.
It's tempting, but I think it'd just be like, no,
Is that Jack talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we stick to the plan.
Fuck the plan. Just she kind of like mentally shut the door on him. He's like, gave you the power. She's like, Oh, Jakaf. You're proving yourself well, but again, you understand this is nothing personal, right?
Right.
At which point a hammer comes up. 19.
That'll hit.
That does 11 points of bludgeoning and 25 points of radiant. It's just crack.
So 36 in total, yeah?
Yeah.
Owie.
And then the hammer comes back down. Does a 27 hit?
Yeah.
That is 8 points of bludgeoning and 24 points of
32.
radiant. 32. You still up?
Just getting bashed against the wall.
Yeah. And you've done some damage, but she's not bloodied. Just sort of like... you just... okay, so if you're not going to bite her, where's the plan? Because you're going to die.
The plan is for you to take over and get some hits in.
All right. you fling the door open, and now as we watch this, Jack has taken over now. Just like weirdly, like heals up slightly. Just like, oh, hello. Are you Jack then?
I am.
Right. Welcome to Valhalla. We've had some of your kind here before. Obviously the ones you didn't manage to get to.
Interesting. So I reckon I'm talking to her while holding onto the hammer and pushing it away.
Yeah. She's like, what is... Yeah. Does Jack also have a very high perception?
Passive perception is 16, so it's not as high as
Not as
Jakar's,
high.
but not by much.
You kind of, like, yeah. A Jakar would have probably noticed, but, like, Jack's eyes flicker. Something's happening with the ravens. Yeah. No, she's sort of, like, again, she's... you're pushing the hammer back. He's like, okay. Jack, it's your go.
Okay, so what Jack is going to do is he's beginning to lose the grip on the wall because he doesn't have a climb speed. But so I'm going to push the hammer away and then plant my feet on the wall as I begin sliding and then push off. And as I sort of leap into the air, that fire that was coalescing before begins to coalesce within my chest. And there was a weapon that Jack had that Jakar didn't pick up. And we said we didn't know where it went. So he puts his hand across his chest and begins pulling at a sword. And the black obsidian flaming sword comes out of his chest. And as I'm falling down towards this Valkyrie, I'm just going to spring it around. Reckless attack, great weapon master on her.
Beautiful.
That was another natural 20 then, but that because one dice was a 6. The 6 and the 9 look like when you haven't got very good lighting, they look like the natural 20 symbol on the roll together dice. But that is going to be with a +5 because of Great Weapon Master. Is going to be a dirty 20.
The dirty 20 hits.
Okay, so here's another thing. That is going to be, because the sword is on fire, that is going to be 10 points. 10 plus 10 is 10 plus 15, sorry, is 25. 25 points of slashing damage and
Slash.
6 points of fire damage.
Slash.
Slash down, and then in the middle of that, as a bonus action, the flames pull away from me and form behind her as Jakarth appears behind her in almost spirit form. And as I use my echo ability that I have, manifest echo, so summon him directly behind her, and then Jack goes to attack again recklessly, which is again, I thought that was another natural 20, but it was a 9 this time on that dice. That will be a 18 to hit.
Meets beats.
That will be 4 plus 15 is 29 point. No, 4 plus 15 is 9 points of damage. 19 points of damage, sorry. 9 points of slashing and 5 points of fire.
Nice.
Because I've done that, I can use my manifest echo. So Jakarth is going to attack from behind. Oddly enough, he seems to have a sword in his hand as well.
Where did he get that?
Where did he get that? He is not attacking recklessly, though. I'll say he's attacking with his claws just to keep it in flavour, but it's still like I won't use Great Weapon Master stats or anything. So that's a 17 to hit, so that will miss.
That misses.
And because this is a different version, different character sheet, the flames come out of the mouth again and suck back in, and I action surge again.
Sure.
It's a one shot.
Also, the god of trickery is just like, yep, that's fine.
Rolled a natural 20 and a 19.
Beautiful. Do it.
So that is going to be 8 plus 8 plus 12. 8 plus 12 is 20 plus 15, so 35 points of slashing damage. This is all magical, by the way.
Yeah.
Plus 9, 7, and then 16 points of fire damage, so 51 points of damage in total from that one attack.
You, again, sweet. You sort of, Jack leaps and lands on the Valkyrie, sort of rides her down into there's a corner as you push it down. She's like, that's very well done, Jakarth. Can you make one more intelligence saving throw?
18.
Jack lifts the sword up. Jakarth, you can do something?
Yeah, I'm going to stop him.
No! Whoosh, back into the dream. No, come on. We can get the power of one of these bird things. This big chicken. Things we could do.
It's not the right way, though. It's not right. We can do it ourselves.
I don't need you.
You do. You don't have a body. Your body's just flown off.
You can, you turn your own head as you sort of you look, and yes, indeed, a squirrel has stolen a raven. Where you sort of oh, the fuck's... Looks up at you, back at the... Did you bring Lysmith into my halls?
Is that the Valkyrie talking to me?
Yeah.
Who?
Loki Lysmith, the trickster. We have a big, kind of with a slightly broken hand.
Poster.
Yes, literally, which is a picture of, again, this red-headed goblin-looking guy. Hey, it's
yeah, but I only know him as the female version, so
yes,
I wouldn't know.
It's true. You just sort of look at it, but it does sort of. I think you can be honest. You're just like, that's not. He's a trickster. He turns it. Has your squirrel companion been a lot of different things, a lot of people? Was he a horse for a bit?
I have no idea. All I know is that she can change her appearance.
All right.
red hair, bloody lips.
It's kind of like, again, sort of like gestures. He's like, yeah, that'd be the stitches. Okay, just it's still like you're still talking. It's like your hands shake. Okay, I yield. You kind of sort of like wipes like the golden smear, and it's like, sorry about this, Jakarth. Like rubs it on your face as a kind of mark. It's like, yeah. So like all the way down. So now you've just got gold. It's blood, but like gold paint straight down. Okay, we acknowledge Jakarth. Any other titles? Anything you want? You know, Slayer, or you know, what do you want to? What's your name? What do you want your name to be written into the Hall of Heroes as?
My adventure hasn't finished yet. I don't know what my name would be.
Then, all hail Jakarth adventure yet to come. And you just you're like, hey! As you look, there's they have sort of like emerged from the wall. There are other winged large women, other sort of. Actually, make a perception roll.
Oh yeah, I switch back to
Yes,
Jakarth's stats.
You've pushed Jack
real.
right to the back. Yeah.
That is a 21. Passive is 22, if that helps.
Do you think your father deserves to be here?
He was an honourable fighter when he was younger. He had a tragic upbringing. He was betrayed by his own father, who is still alive. But he went through a lot. He lost my mother about 7 years ago to an illness, and he carried on adventuring. He retired at that point. From what Jakarth had heard, he had gone on one final adventure, seemingly accepted. I think it was Blaze that told him that he'd sort of accepted his fate and basically stopped fighting and just allowed himself to go. So he was a warrior. He was a warrior. He just wasn't a warrior at the end, if that makes sense. He was a retired warrior.
Yeah.
So if that's still worthy of him to get into Valhalla, then
Alaric,
from what Jakarth knows about it, then yes, he feels that he should be here.
It's Alaric, is it?
Yeah, Alaric, yeah.
Alaric steps forward. This half elven.
He was half elf, yeah.
Yeah. Looking quite like, yeah, it looks. I was hoping you won't be here for a while, my boy.
I can still leave. I'm not dead yet, Father.
Did he hug you much in your life?
He did when Jakarth was ill, when he was a kid. But when Jakarth obviously went and was when his parents gave him to Antoni, they didn't give him to Antoni in like a malicious way. It was more Antoni came to them and said, "We can help
and fix.
We can help fix him," and they were like, "Yes, please do." They didn't realise how much he was experimented on. But when he eventually did come back to the family, it did take his father a little while to get used to what had happened to him, and he did blame himself for a long time for it, as did his mother, which Jakarth feels he's to blame for his mother's illness and then passing because of the stresses that he brought to the family. He wishes that he just died in the fire of the laboratory, but so yes, he hasn't felt his father's hugging since he was a child.
It's if you are would you hug? He's going to try and hug you. Would you let him?
I think my arms would be down by my side as he hugs me. I wouldn't stop him, but
no.
And then it takes me a minute to register what's happening. Tears begin to pour down my face, and then I hug him back.
Yeah, it's sort of weirdly like it's hugging mist, but then you feel like material. You like it becomes more solid, you know, sort of like as you and sort of holds you. And again, like for the first time in a while, brightness, because across the multiverse, this is a constant. This, you know, sometimes he was a great hero, sometimes he wasn't the best, but
for Jack.
Yeah.
And for Jack, Antonio killed his parents and took him away. So Jack hasn't seen his dad since he was 4.
Again, you can hear like the sharp intake of breath, and like again, like you've put Jack in a bit of like a mental cage as he's trying to kill, and that stops. You know, it's quite again. Calm pond. All the Chakavs have stopped their bickering, and they're just, yeah. So Alaric, you did well. You did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Again, just sort of like, it's just holding you.
You never have to apologize, Father. You never did. You did what you thought was best, and it led me to the path that I am not on now, and the life that I now lead. It has allowed me to gain perspective, and without your guidance and without the decisions that you made, I would not be here now looking to release these spirits into the afterlife. I would be in a much darker place, probably doing the same thing that the other version of me was doing. And I look within myself at Jack. But as I've said, everybody deserves a second chance.
Hell, it's so close. I know a lot of fathers want to hear this, and I never got to hear it from my own. I'm proud of you, son. You are. So, like, looks up. You've won yourself a place in the Hall of Heroes, and you're still alive. You still have got things to do.
It's good to know that when my time does come, I will be here with you.
Again, sort of like cups your face, and then it puts his hand on the dragon. You know, sort of like he's fully sort of like holding it, just like, and just kisses your forehead. You know, like he would do when you were sick. You know, just that comfort of having a father. You know, sort of just. Again, it's sort of like he steps back, and Kara is sort of Kara is like fully healed now. Just sort of like leaning on rude. She's in her home territory. You do look battered. You know. Well, Jakarth adventures yet to come. The scolds will sing of your adventures, of how you travelled across the plains, how you returned your fallen brethren. So looks and like, yeah. The other Valkyries are like, yeah. Everyone shrugs. Like, Brethren, here's the Hall of Heroes. You and all your versions are welcome here, and you just feel as ghostly forms, and they all 24. Yeah, because we're Jack.
No, they'd be 27 with Jack.
27. No, 3 of them don't get to come. Henry is gone. Yeah, all 27 here and take on similar. Your father's sort of like, my boys. Just sort of like looks at it like, because you can see some of them are like, all of them, they're like, it's kind of funny because they were like quite a few of them are also like putting their hands up, and he's like, "I'll tell you what, we'll all go get a drink, and that will be." And they're like, "Yeah."
Are you? I'll look like up into the stands and at the people that and look around. Yeah. Also, are you able to guide these spirits back to their own versions of Valhalla?
They are
So they can be with their own loved ones.
Yes, they can. You all, again, Kara's like, you all have the ability to, at whatever point, travel back to your own planes. Unfortunately, this will be a one-way trip, but for those of you, like 4 of them, like just pop out instantly. It's like, oh, okay, guess.
Bye then.
Yeah.
No thanks, charming.
Just quietly goes rude.
I'll just look to my dad and go, clearly not raised with manners.
You can say that again. Yes, you're welcome all to drink, make merry, kind of side-eyes you, start another fight. You're welcome as long as you like, and then to travel on. Drink and be merry, because tomorrow we get reborn. Welcome. Yay! Everyone's like, hey! Sort of, again, your father sort of stands there, sort of, not awkwardly, but it's a little bit of like, yeah. Sorry, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to your funeral.
That's all right. I made some good friends in the end. It's actually kind of annoying because I was partway through a really good book, and now they didn't get.
Garnot offered to come and meet me, but I think got lost in the woods or something.
Of course. How is Garnot?
Last time we haven't spoken since your death. So last I'd heard from contacts that I have, he just entered Baldur's Gate, which I believe was where he was intending to go.
Oh, he finally made it.
Finally, yes.
Yeah, quite impressive. I mean, talk to your brother, you know. Just, I mean, I won't quite know how you'd explain gestures up and down, but he's a good kid.
He is.
Yeah.
I have things to. I'll send word to him. But it's not. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's the right time for me to help him just yet. I think he still needs to find his way. But I will eventually. I will always be there for him when he needs me. I still have things that I need to do in Neverwinter first.
Yes, sort of like we keep a vague eye on the bit. You seem to have taken on quite a lot. You know, there's no.
Yes, my quest log
shame.
is terrible, and actually appears next to me.
Looks, my God, I mean, that man is dead. He doesn't need his boots back. I know you got given that quest like 2 years ago. He's here. Actually, that's the thing. And just this man walks up. He's like, "Hello, Jakov. Have you got my boots?"
Actually, I do. Yes. Here you go.
You get 7.
It removes.
Yeah, you get 17 XP. And then you just like,
ooh, yes.
Yeah, and like a minor healing potion just appears in your inventory. Yeah, as you chug it, yeah. Boots. Yeah, no. Yes, and from what I've picked up, you've found some solid companions.
Solid companions and good friends. I have a question for those here. What are you going to do with them, looking towards Loki?
Oh, Loki, again, that's the thing. Loki escaped, but you look as the Raven, like, Loki had taken off on the back of a Raven, and now the Raven is back, holding like and he just sort of transforms back into the female Silver Loki. Hey, Jakov! You did it! I knew you would, buddy. Oh, you're so brave, so clever. Hello, other Jakovs. Hello, old man. Not that old. Right, okay. A lot of big angry faces here. Hello, Kara. Hello, Lysmith. I think a lot of being misunderstood. I need to escort Jakar back to the land of the living. Right, Jakar?
Tara, would you be able to help me get back to the land of the living?
I mean, yes, I can show you the way.
I don't think we need your chaos in our realm.
Oh. Oh, so you are rejecting my favor then? Is that what's happening?
I don't need your mischief.
Yeah, I mean, but you're gonna get it as she jumps backwards over the balcony as people are like, God damn it, Lightsmith! The sparrow takes off. You made a powerful enemy! I'm kidding! If you want to take me to the Hodeburger, that's fine! As an arrow whizzes past, okay, I'm flaunting it! It's again, she's not at the distance, she's just doing her voice as a bird as the bird flies off. So thank you for that, Jakar. Adventures still unfound. Just actually, hold on.
I don't like breaking my deals, but there was no way I could allow them to do what their plan was.
What did you actually promise them?
That they promised to guide me through this place if I helped them sneak in.
I mean, you look at it, it's like, Kara, yes? Technically, you didn't break an oath. I choked the Liesmith because claimed her name was Jenny, and okay, so looks back. So you haven't actually broken an oath, then?
No. Well, it depends on what you deem as breaking an oath.
Oh, I'm sure that you've made a powerful enemy, but also you've made a powerful friend here in the Hall of the Slain.
At least I know that if she gets me, at least I know I'll come here.
Well, unless she does something really unfortunate. Yes. As I said, there's a place for you at the high table. So, hold on, just sort of like. Do you mind if I touch you?
Is this going to send me back?
Well, I was going to heal you first, but
yes, I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you.
Puts her hand, which is about the size of your head. She's like, boop. You feel radiant healing. You are healed. I mean, I would even level you up, but depending on where you want to use Jakar again.
This is true.
Yeah.
We don't have many characters that are level 14.
No. I'd say you feel like you have a level up, like floating in your chest, where you're just like, hey.
I can use this when I need to.
Yes. It's a bit like where you're like, you took a long rest, and now, So, Kara's like, as I said, we can escort. It's not normal that the living get to leave here. It's been a day of firsts.
I would appreciate that. Thank you. I have one more thing that I need to deal with if you grant me the time, please.
Oh, we have all the time. Looks up over your shoulder. Some people don't have time, and you kind of feel someone going, all right, okay, but yes, no, please, how can we assist you?
I think it's time that we had a conversation, a proper conversation, without you trying to take over. And I'd sort of breathe out, and instead of talking to Jack in my mind, I release his spirit into Valhalla, but there's still a tether between the two of us.
All right. Looks over. Father. Son. What do you want, Jakar?
You did well in that fight.
Thank you.
You did. Yep, sorry.
I was going to say I'm very good at what I do. looks at the other Jakars and just like sharpest grin. Like even some of them are like, ugh. But even like Henry and like a few of the wizards are like, oh no, horrid.
I think you can knock off the act now. You were seen as the evil one of us, but your actions could be seen as evil, but your intentions were, the reasons for gaining your power were not. You have something in your world that you need removing. There are other ways to gain power that do not require you to walk down a dark path. I'll give you a choice. Right here, right now. You join the other Jakars, go back to your own plane of existence, to your own version of Valhalla, and live out eternity eating chicken wings. Or you merge with me. Our two souls become one. I will seek out the gatecrashers, tell them of the threat of the Lich, this version of Antoni that is there. And we will go fight and destroy them with our own gained power, not stolen power.
Persuasion with advantage.
19 plus 1, dirty 20. It is plus 1, isn't it? Yes, it is. Keep looking at performance. They're the same.
The kind of like evil smirking on you are, apart from the scaly, you are looking into a mirror. And you've had this being in your head for a couple of weeks now, and you have seen the terrible things he's done. Hunting, the terror, the murdering Jakars in their bed, hurling them off, sort of. But you've also seen a scared 4-year-old boy being lifted up, looking at his parents dying as he screams for them. And Jack looks at you and is like,
I think the big thing with Jack as well is, and a big point that I made in Trust and Glass was, he was a murderer of other versions of himself, but not of other people. If he had the option to kill somebody, he wouldn't.
And I think that's the hook you get into him. Where I almost feel like, again, you've got like you do have the psychic link, and you get like the image of like the Lich destroying, and then the innocent people, and then that sort of thing, and then you a little bit like you reflect that back, and you're like, yeah, the innocent people, and that sort of like creating an image of, and it's an image that is same for you, of a child terrified and sickly and crying, and all they want is to be held and to be loved. And that love for Jack was corrupted and hideous, and he broke away. And because you are like, throughout the multiverse, he's not Jakar, even if he is Jakar Antoni, is not a monster. And you watch as Jack fizzles, travels back in, and you feel in your head, okay, so we're doing this.
You and me, one being. Slightly stronger than the other Jakars, but we gave power our own way. And then when we die, eventually, whether it be in battle or not, we come here and live out our lives eating chicken.
Sounds like paradise.
And then clasp hands.
Yeah.
And then his soul and my soul become one soul.
Colours, you see the colours, like
The
it's quite
reds
nice
and
because
greens.
your reds and the greens together, and they burn. Kara, it's like, are you ready to go back?
I am. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your understanding.
Looks at
Thank
your
you for
father.
not killing me.
Well, I mean, you would have just stayed here. But
True.
possibly not at the high table. Looks at your father and was like, a lot of things are changing. A lot of the rules, and there is a lot of battles to be fought, and a lot of victories to be had, and sometimes it's not the victory of being killed in battle,
Yes.
Good luck, Jakar. But you do realise that when you get here, you're going to have to tell us all about it. I mean, fighting a lich, that's sort of hard to sing of.
I look forward to sharing the tales of my life with you all. Them not realising that Jakar has the life of a dragon.
Yeah.
That's one of the benefits. He lives a long time.
They can wait, So, you are escorted. This large albino woman, like, walking beside you, as you see some, like, the back is like, hey.
Hey.
The berserker who tried to attack you has literally been ripped apart. But it's like his head's on the table, but they're pouring like beer in. He's like, yeah, good fight earlier. Yeah,
I'll be back for a rematch.
Yeah, look forward to it. Like, it turns like, I've got some blows in, and they're like, we know. You're escorted. Again, you're actually taken out of like one of the other doors, the ones that aren't being used, the 154 doors that lead into Valhalla. And Kara's like, it has become much quieter here, but now our gods are back into the world. Maybe, as people will learn more of us, and your knowledge will spread. Anyway, best of luck, Jakar. As we said, see you in... She sort of smiles and shrugs. Time. But...
What is it?
She's like, yeah.
You know.
Boom for the hammer as a sort of, again, a partition between the worlds open. You can step through?
I step through just as the horseman falls out again. I step through and pick him up and just throw him back in.
No. You walk back in. You kind of like have a little bit of like, oh, okay. It's daylight. You're up on the barrow.
Right, time to get back to Netherwinter then.
Yeah.
Now we've got to carry this fuck off great sword.
Yeah, you do have you take and as we
and the bow. Oh god.
Yeah, you're struggling, and it's sort of like
as it's something I've got to get used to.
The camera's like watching you sort of heading down the barrow on a quite nice sort of spring's day. As the camera pans over to a woman in an Edwardian dress, just gently like tapping her cheek, and it's like, switch it back to Jakar. All right, game on, I suppose. And with that, thank you very much for joining us. I try to keep to time, but let's. As we have established with the Valkyries, what is time?
What is time? Just before we finish.
Yes.
When Jakar eventually gets back to Neverwinter, I think he would have been given like a way to signal, and this is up to you to, if this is right, he would have been given a way to signal the gate crashers. So I think he will send a message to the gate crashers saying, "Okay, let's talk."
There are various portals hidden around. You've been given like a tuning fork, which you sort of like being able to use your portal thing, where it's like the way they described it was like any portal. So you go find it, and again, bing, and a figure in rainbow robes just step out, and he's like, "Oh, hello, Jakov. Sorry, never met. Know you by reputation, Gatecrasher. Yeah, let's go have a chat."
I'm willing to help, but I have conditions.
Oh, of course you do, my old mucker. Just like as you step in to Gatecrasher HQ, who are currently having a bit of a fixing up because, well, you know, they had an open rebellion while you were a couple of months ago while you were talking to they were dealing with it while you were at Alton Towers. Okay, so thank you very much for joining us for that that madness, that little bit of heartbreak. Also, once again, folks, if you can try and draw, I think we connected to like 5 or 6 different campaigns there. Now, if you actually, this isn't going out on Twitch, is it?
This is going out on Patreon for Patreon Club members first. Yes. And then it will be available on YouTube.
Marvellous. Nice little secret for you.
Secrets.
But most of the time we are indeed on Twitch. If you have enjoyed it, we do D&D days and Tuesdays 6 p.m. British summertime, British time, GMT even. And on Fridays we do other TTRPGs. It's probably still Blaze in the Dark, although I think we're starting to come closer to the end of that. So
very close to the end, I think.
Yeah. So look out for whatever's coming next. We've got some real exciting stuff. Shows can be found twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and the content is on youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. Podcast versions are available. Possibly of this, who knows? We're still trying to work it out, you know. Eventually people
think about.
Yeah. I love to just give Josh little tasks. You're like, what about this? You're like, oh dear. Anyway, if you search for Roll Together RPG on most podcast catchers, you will find us. If we're not there, please do let us know. Big thank you to the D20 Club, such as yourself, if you're watching this when it gets released. Again, Tom can't do it. Giacomo can attempt it, but I'm glad I've got hands, to be honest. Thanks to the Roll20 Club, we have the Patreon, we have the D20 Club have given us a wiki, we've got a Discord. I previously got asked if I play Goat Simulator. I sure do. This connects it. So one of your local currency, which is established in the world of D&D, is worth 1 goat. So please do send me your goats. I'll do lovely. Again, in Valhalla, I think they pull chariots in some cases. Like 4 great chariots pulled by goats. Anyway, sponsors, supporters, big thank you to you. Social media, Roll Together RPG. Honestly, folks, thank you for joining us for this test. You know, if you have enjoyed this one-on-one, I think we've got some other DMs and we've got some other characters who might appreciate being able to slightly speed run their plots to get to it. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you to Josh and you. As we say at the end of every visit to Valhalla, let's go. Good night, y'all.
Bye.